No, real bad.
No. Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. It has bad aftertaste.
Let me try it.
It tastes just like an Oreo, and then it has bad aftertaste.
I didn't even get it in my mouth yet.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Not
tastes just like an Oreo. Bad aftertaste.
Yeah, okay.
Limited edition Oreo, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, everybody. In case you didn't know. Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett.
Hello.
Yeah, I got these.
That'll make you want to throw up.
I was excited to see these today because we're also, you can hear the bag. Also eating the Oreos, the Coca-Cola Oreos, which are better than the drink.
They're better than the drink for sure.
Definitely better than the drink.
That's
up front. This is good. On the back,
that's a lot of.
It's like taking a lady out of the bar lighting. You know what I mean?
That's what a lot of my ex-girlfriends say about me.
That's right. You know, like there's like amber lighting in bars for a reason.
Ooh, that is weird.
Yeah. It's weird that it's a zero sugar because I don't know. I think that's the only version they made. I don't know if they made a full
they didn't
sugar.
make a full one.
No, why wouldn't you do that?
I have no idea.
What, you're gonna make an Oreo thing and deny me sugar? Full sugar? You're not going full sugar?
You never want to go full sugar these days.
You know,
she dead?
No, he's just in jail.
Okay.
This can should be hanging Vanilla Ice by his ankles over a balcony.
Y'all want to come to a real record label?
Right. Going full shug.
Where the producer ain't all dancing up in the videos?
Instead, it's zero shug, and I think it suffers.
Come to death row.
So there you have it. There's your soda and cookie recommendations from the place you come for soda and cookie. I
don't know if I would recommend either, to be honest.
No, I would not recommend either.
No.
Avoid. No, I mean, if you're curious.
But just like, no, I wouldn't recommend either.
I wouldn't worry about it, though. You're good. If you're curious, go ahead. I wouldn't even say if you really love either one of these things, you got to give this a shot. Because they both... did I mention this is WeNeedWrestling?
Oh, yeah. Hello.
They both index in the middle, and it doesn't fucking work out.
Not a fan.
No, nope. Definitely not.
Ain't working for me, bruv.
What did I say before this show?
Oh, 100%. She's such a brat.
She's a brat. What a brat. She's getting set up. Aww. But you're adorable.
But you're about to sit in your own dish bowl.
Sure
that means you're going to eat your own ass later.
Dish bowl. You said dish bowl.
Whatever, man.
If you've listened to this podcast before, thank you for coming back.
You've heard this dog.
If you haven't, she's going in her den.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she can't fit. We have constant animal interactions that I try to ignore.
Well, Craigie pointed it out last week.
Yeah, Ripley was just having fun.
That's all. Having a good time.
Bugsy's trying to get situated. But anyway.
Drop that ass, girl.
Did I mention this is WeNeedWrestling? Welcome to WeNeedWrestling. I'm DJ. That's Brett. Brett, how are you, pal?
I am good, man.
Saw you a couple days ago? Saw you a couple days before that?
Yeah, dude.
Saw you a couple days before that?
Yeah, we've been seeing each other.
That's right.
A lot.
That's right.
Which is good.
That's right.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm back to work, which,
Yeah. Yes, I do know.
I may have. I slept for like a half hour this morning.
Oh, yeah? At work?
Yeah.
Oh, does anybody listening to this? Don't fucking... Nobody knows where you work. Nobody knows what your name is.
It was just slow and I fell asleep.
Sorry about that one.
What is happening?
Woof.
You pig.
I am. Oink,
pig!
Oink, oink.
Other than that, I'm good. We saw The Descendants and the Circle Jerks.
We did.
Which is fucking sick.
One of the best concerts of my life.
Love The Descendants.
Yes.
They're amazing. You're more of a Circle Jerks guy than I am.
I'm the biggest Circle Jerks guy in the group, always.
That is true.
But The Descendants are they feature for a reason. They're a headliner for a reason.
Yeah.
One of the best live bands. Legit one of the best concerts of my life. It was
fucking awesome.
I fought my way up front. Crazy pit.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't think, but they were fucking intense. And it's like Sex in the Woods. And
very good. Like fucking in the bushes.
Right. Yeah, I had a fucking blast. I was sweaty and gross.
Yeah, you were.
And yeah.
I was not. I was feeling under the weather.
You were.
But we're good.
We're good now.
We're all right.
I was on all kinds of medications to get myself upright.
I was like, I'm not missing this show.
Yeah. Yeah, the Descendants are always...
If it would have been like a local gig and lesser bands, I would have been like, I'm staying on my couch.
The Descendants are always killer, though.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, you know what else?
They're on tour now. Go see them.
Yeah. You know what else is killer?
What?
Professional wrestling.
That is what we're talking here. That is what
we're here to talk about.
Do you have any news items, sir?
So
did anyone die this week?
That's sad that I have to think about that.
Yeah.
So I have a piece of Ed news.
Okay.
He posted a flyer for an upcoming Noah show. It said, "Who the fuck is this new Joker they're adding in Rattles?" I guess that's the
Rattles, whatever. I don't know.
Sorry,
I don't know.
He's from a company even I haven't heard of, Dotonbori Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Sounds
delicious.
To which later, I have an update.
Oh.
Just in case this gets talked about on the wrestling news section, which why wouldn't it? Rattles is back. That's huge news. He's champ for Dotonbori Pro, which is a small little Osaka Pro offshoot. He's also an Osaka Pro, just like all the Rattles boys. So Harada picked another Osaka twink to take his spot, hoping he doesn't pull a Kurt Hennig and the Horsemen and turn them to join Stinger or some shit.
Okay.
In Dotonbori, he's a leader of a staple called Krampus.
Christmas theme.
So there's Ed's news.
Ed's news.
Yeah.
Ed, well, I'm going to skip ahead. Ed, we saw you this weekend. It feels like forever ago.
Boy, that could lead us into a question of the week already.
But Ed, it was great to see you.
Yeah.
Should I play the jingle
Absolutely.
before I praise Ed?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here it is. Starting off hot.
이제 이번 주에 에드 코디 질문입니다.
You know what I like about this show?
There's no format.
I like that we keep you guessing when these questions are going to pop up.
Goddamn right.
Maybe there's more than two. Maybe there's three. Maybe somebody has an illegal two-parter. We don't know.
Well,
but it happens.
Ed says, hello, hi, two-part question this week.
Okay, this week only, Ed.
1. This weekend at Colossicon, I got to see one of my favorite things on the planet. You boys.
Aw, thanks, Ed.
But also,
buddy.
I got to see some really bad wrestling, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
There was a battle royal where someone flat back bumped onto another wrestler's leg. This also happened 2 other times in the battle royal. So good. What are a few of your guys' favorite bad matches?
Woof. Shit. That's tough. I didn't prepare.
So it's hard because, like, I always just immediately revert to $5 wrestling.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, what are we doing here,
right.
guys? That's usually like, I don't know, if I want to have a little giggle.
Yeah.
It's not bad wrestling because it's Stranglemania. That's funny wrestling.
Yeah.
For the most part.
So that's the thing. Like, I can think of some matches that wouldn't be good by regular standards, like, say, Dan Severn versus Tarzan Goto.
Okay.
But I love that match because it's ridiculous.
Well, it's one of your favorite bad matches.
There you go. It's a ridiculous match.
Yeah.
Not a good match. Ed's going to disagree. Ed's going to be like, that's a great match.
Yeah.
But Ed, what you think is a great match is inherently a bad match.
Listen, Ed's got great taste, all right?
Amazing taste. He was talking about Rotel's salsa before. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Let's see, like a good bad match. I don't know. Didn't Booker T's wife have a match at TNA against the one lady from Survivor?
You're asking the wrong guy.
That was real bad, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. Oh, like favorite bad matches, like Reverse Battle Royal.
Oh yeah,
I always giggle watching those.
That's a great bad one.
Then the one in TNA where they dropped the casket down from the ceiling and the fans were chanting "Fire Russo."
Yeah.
That's always a good bad match.
Judy Bagwell on a pole.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Basically, the latter half of WCW as an entirety is sort of one giant bad match.
I would beg to differ, but that's okay. Yeah, I don't. It's tough with bad bad matches.
Yeah,
like I don't go out of my head like, oh man, this is great. It's so bad.
Yeah, I have a hard. So like, I do that with movies.
Yeah, that's different.
But I have a hard time doing it with wrestling. Like,
yeah.
I don't like. I get a lot of joy out of bad movies. I actually almost exclusively watch bad movies on purpose.
It's true.
Shout out Joe and Todd. I am watching The Ambulance starring Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, and Stan Lee. In memory of James Earl Jones. May he rest in peace.
Proud of you, bud.
But, and I love the shit out of that stuff. And as I was telling you in the car the other day, I did finish a Corey Feldman volleyball movie.
Sounds insane.
Where they need to get a volleyball team together to save Grandpa Al Lewis's volleyball resort because he bet too much money on the volleyball teams.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of thousands of dollars in movie dollars. But, and I love that shit, but I don't have that same affinity for bad wrestling.
Yeah, me neither. Like, bad music I'll listen to, but like holy shit, this is so bad. Like,
I mean, that
it's
depends.
so bad, it's hilarious.
If you tell me that LFO is bad, we're going to have a conversation. It's the greatest song ever written.
It's good in its own way.
It's the best lyrics ever.
That's tough, yeah, for like bad matches.
Wrestling's one of those things that I don't go to bad stuff for enjoy.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Although, Ed, send me some of your favorite bad matches.
Yeah,
Let's see what we got.
That's way more your speed, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the paintings, by the way, dude.
Oh, Ed, you're
for real.
You're the best.
You're the absolute best. Yeah. It was a joy to see you.
Yeah.
And I ordered too much food that day and felt like a piggy.
You ordered a lot of food that day.
I didn't read the menu properly.
Second part of his two-parter.
Oh, yep. This time only, though. This week only.
My friend Maddie is about to start ordering parts to build my PC.
Maddie, the person that we met?
I think that's who we met, yeah.
Big shout out, Maddie. Nice.
Making me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. To being the first TEW VTuber.
Yes.
Below is a list of scenarios I have for TEW saves. Which ones stand out as TEW scenarios that could be fun to do for a stream?
What's a VTuber?
Like I think just like...
What is VTube? What are you doing? What's VTube?
It's a streamer, I guess. Okay. I don't know, dude. I'm not up on all the internet lingo.
On the Twitch? The Twitches?
Yeah, right on the Twitch.
Vine?
Some is TW saves.
Yes.
Drug addicted bisexual Okada, top star of Heat Up.
Okay.
Shaq buys Freedoms. Mm-hmm. The most canceled company of all time run by Max Landis. WWE fires anyone under 40. WWE sells SmackDown to Russia. Void every contract, randomizer picks roster. Soon to be named Network Wrestling. Black Label Pro, but good.
That's an impossibility. You can't make that happen. Video game technology is not advanced enough to allow you to do that.
And I would say, like, I want a reimagining of Blackcraft wrestling because Ed was there,
right?
So I want the second show and the third show,
But the horror icons they get considerably worse and lesser known, until you're at Ari Lehman.
Who's Ari Lehman?
In case you didn't know, Ari Lehman is the first Jason, and if you ever meet Ari Lehman, he will tell you that he's the first Jason.
No way. He's never told anybody that in his life.
And then if you ever see his band,
First Jason. Oh my God.
He will also then tell you.
I remember I wrote this song about when I got that contact that I was going to be in Friday the 3rd. Shut up.
Yep.
You fuck.
Absolutely.
Get off the stage. I want to watch movies.
Yes. Anyway.
God damn it. Ed, I would like, I'd like a next step in Blackcraft.
Yeah. Ed, I like your Shaq buys Freedoms, but only if he's a competitor.
Oh, okay.
That only if Shaq is owner wrestler.
Oh, I like that.
Like I want Shaq doing ghoul shit.
Shaq would be down, I think.
Yeah.
For the right price.
And then for whatever reason I just thought, can you also get Bob Sapp so we can have Shaq versus Bob Sapp?
Yeah.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun as fuck.
And then the other one was there was another one I wanted to talk about. Can I look at the list really quick?
Bisexual Okada?
It was not.
Oh, sorry, drug addicted bisexual Okada.
It is WWE fires anyone under 40 because I can't confirm this, but I think Lexus King is under 40.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
And I like the idea of the WWE having to no other choice but to put Lexus King on the main roster.
Ugh.
Because, really quick, just to bring this up, so that I don't bitch about it for the next hour or two, Motor City Machine Guns are going to WWE.
That's the word.
And they will be debuting on the CW premiere of NXT.
Yep.
40-year-old tag team. Though arguably the most influential tag team. Don't let me tell the SATs I said that.
That's true. Everybody bit their shit.
Right. Everybody bit their shit. One of the most influential, if not the most influential independent tag team of the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And WWE's like, sign with us, go to NXT. Learn to slow down from AJ
They're
Styles.
going to be player coaches, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
$4 million a year.
Since you brought up his name.
Yes.
Look at his little dumb signature.
Ew.
It's a Lexus King card that we pulled last night. Yeah. It's an L, a little dumb looking crown.
That's
and a K.
bad crown, too.
Yeah.
That dude sucks at everything.
Yeah, he's terrible.
A fucking moron.
Yep.
Writes his cursive L's like a third grader.
He sure does. Well, Ed, thank you so much.
I'm real close to embracing hate on this podcast again.
I mean, embrace the hate,
It might
brother.
happen.
Nothing
it
wrong
might
with
happen.
that.
I might be motherfucking everybody tonight.
That's a good song by Agitator.
See what happens.
So, we want to get into, or do you have any wrestling
hold on.
news?
Turns out I pre-Googled it.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow, look at you.
The PWA 500 came out, and I didn't look, but Brody King tweeted that he didn't make the PWI 500 this year.
That's
fucking insane to me. But Max the Impaler's like 54.
Oh, good.
So that's
for
awesome. Max rules.
Awesome.
But let's see what else is going on.
Who's number one? Cody, and number 2 was Swerve.
Do you want me to look for real?
I'm not like I'm pretty sure it's what it was. I think Naito was 5.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what are we doing here,
Wow.
guys?
Hold on. Here we go. I'm looking. Top 10. Cody Rhodes number 1. Swerve Strickland number 2. Will Ospreay number 3. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. Seth Franklin Rollins number 4. Tetsuya Naito number 5.
Ugh.
Damian Priest number 6. MJF number 7. John Moxley number 8. Clearly this list was put out before this week.
Yeah.
Gunther number 9. How is Gunther below Seth Franklin Rollins by that much?
I don't know.
I
I don't know what their
guess it's
judging time frame is. I'm
All
not
right.
sure.
And then number 10, Mystico. I guess just to get a second piece of international flavor.
I feel like that's exactly what that was for.
Yeah. I mean, it means basically nothing, but if I saw the magazine on the racks, I'd buy it.
I don't think do they make physical copies anymore?
Yeah, I think so.
Do they?
Pretty sure you might. I don't know. You'd find it on magazine racks, maybe.
Okay.
I think you can order them. A day ago, sad story, but good for her. Nikki Bella does file from divorce after that horrible story from a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude forever. I hope she's okay, and I hope he gets a knock on a door from some of her very large, unhinged, maybe steroid, maybe cocaine wrestling friends.
Ooh, let's do it.
Big Bill thinks Enzo gets another. He thinks Enzo deserves another shot in wrestling. He's a 101. Big Bill, you moved up a ranking this week that we're going to talk about, and you're always on my ranking for ripping heaters in Atlantic City before the show.
Yep, big fan.
Let's see what you do in Wilkes-Barre, brother. But I don't know about that one. I don't talk about him. Dwight Howard apparently wanted to wrestle, but said that now it'll likely never happen.
Why?
I don't know.
You could do it.
I don't know. Let's figure. You don't think you could do it? NBA legend has expressed interest in having a wrestling match in the past, but during a recent interview with TMZ Sports, he explained that's no longer likely to ever happen. I was talking to Ric Flair. End of sentence.
Yeah, just let
End
it
of
go.
fucking
Yeah,
sentence.
Let it go.
Howard told the Celebrity Gossip website, he said, I don't know if my knees is good for wrestling. Howard continued, my knees feel good. It's just wrestling. You're talking about picking up a 300-pound dude and all that stuff. Nobody wants to do that for their whole life. I don't know what any of that means. But he's not doing it because his knees is bad.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else are we looking at? We ain't talking about that guy either. Everybody's talking about Big Dave losing weight.
He looks great.
He looks fucking
You see
awesome.
a video of him today with I think Complex put it out with him showing off his collection of lunch boxes.
No.
Yeah.
Dave's the best.
It was real nice. And at the end,
Yeah.
he was just like, no, man. He's like, collect what you want. If
Yeah.
it means something to you in your heart, that's
Nice.
great. I was like, fuck yeah.
I'm a bigger Dave Bautista fan than I was Dave Batista fan.
Oh, man.
I
love
like
both.
I like Big Dave plenty. But I think he's underrated as a film
Bautista.
guy. And that clip of him talking about the tattoo that he covered when a certain someone said some shitty things, and he was like, I ain't standing on that. Go fuck yourself. Because I thought this dude was a hero and a friend.
Yep.
I'm like, good for you, Dave Bautista.
He fucking rules.
Dave Bautista, if you will. Let's see. Oh, and we did have, sadly, a death, but one a little known, at least in this country. Kuniaki Kobayashi did die, 68 years old. Legendary lightweight, junior, whatever, middleweight, junior weight, whatever. And he is the inventor of the fisherman suplex.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is one of my favorite wrestling moves of all time.
Is it really?
I love a perfect plex. It's fisherman suplex, but I love a perfect plex. I know it's a really simple modification.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's really cool. And I also like whenever when you modify other suplex-like moves to be like a fisherman's brainbuster. I love a fisherman's
Buster's sick.
It's sick.
I love when Liger used to hit it. Oh, it was so good.
So I just, for whatever reason, you hook the leg, so it's a fisherman. It just makes a ton of sense to me, and I really like it.
I respect that.
So rest in peace. to an innovator that like a lot of people, like a wrestler's wrestler. A lot of people know him, but not necessarily over here. So
I respect that.
But I respect you, Booker Man.
Well, I have one other
That's
piece
it.
of
That's
news.
all I got. I'm done.
So,
I went in the second page. I shouldn't have done that.
I did not watch any WWE this week.
Okay.
Their TV programming seems like it's in a loop of the same shit.
Oh, I watched some WWE this week.
Did you really?
I did.
What was it called? Hitman? Yeah,
Hitman, baby.
I don't consider that WWE.
Okay.
I just consider that, hey, Bret Hart's on TV. That's cool.
Twitter told me that he was up next, so I put it on, and then I shut it off.
Oh, the Hitman.
Hitman.
I love him.
That's great.
But they did announce Raw is going to 2 hours.
Through the end of the year only.
Yes.
I imagine that it'll...
I guess it's 8 to 10, right?
Okay, yeah, I guess so. I imagine though, if it's astounding success, they'll keep it at 2 hours.
Well, and it's funny. So that day, I saw some dude make a video where he said Raw's going to go back to 2 hours,
Yeah,
and SmackDown's going to go to 3. Because they're still going to be on TV, try to recoup some of the advertising.
well,
fees.
they're going to Raw's network, so that 3 hour block is open.
Different because it's a Friday night, so I don't know programming
yeah,
wise.
that's true. Yeah,
But yeah, it's going to 2 hours.
I mean, they're going to want SmackDown to go to 3 because they're going to try and push fucking shitty Rampage off of Friday night at their 10 o'clock spot.
So I know there's talks of that with this new AEW Shockwave show.
Yeah, if that's what that is.
If that's what it is, talks of it going to be on Fox or FS1.
Right.
Which that means Rampage might get the axe.
As it should.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Interesting times in the TV landscape for professional wrestling.
Do you have Netflix?
No.
Are you going to sign up for Netflix to watch Raw?
No.
Me either.
I'm not doing it. I'm just not.
It's just so...
I'll find it. I'm not paying extra.
If I
every
even
month.
need to find it, I'll find it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. I'll probably pay for when this new Dump show drops.
Yeah.
Which is next week, I think.
Is it? We might have it now. I don't remember.
I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, nah.
Not
doing
that.
I mean, I'm not a television executive. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Should be.
But I don't think I don't like it as a move.
No,
I don't
either.
I don't see taking it off of regular TV. I don't know.
I just don't know that people want to pay to watch it.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Because there's no such thing as actual numbers for Netflix.
Right,
so
Netflix lies about their
matter.
numbers, so it doesn't matter. Netflix wants it, Netflix is going to get it.
Same thing with SiriusXM.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
I just got another 3-month trial.
Did you?
Yeah, so I'm through the end of the year at this point.
Right.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
But since, I didn't watch any WWE this week.
Just Hitman.
I know the Hitman.
Confronting Gunther. Gunther says Goldberg's his favorite wrestler.
I saw that
comes
seg.
out. So, but good for Brett. He had a little exchange with Triple H in the back, and I was like, oh, that must be awkward for everyone involved.
Triple H, no. Triple H is a coward.
Absolutely, Triple H is a coward. But like Brett said some things about Hunter in the past.
Sure.
So, but it's Hitman. They know the drawing power of the Hitman. So
Hitman Calgary.
They want to keep Hitman off of AEW TV.
And there's that.
So he can do whatever he wants to do, and they'll be like, "Yes, sir. You keep coming back."
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Your merchandising still sells insane.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
You know what though? That's going to lead us to another question already. We're switching it up.
I'm
just throwing questions out here.
Here's the thing. Once you think you have the answers, I change the questions.
There you go.
And now the Tim Taylor question of the week.
All right. What's Tim's he got for us this week?
So Tim's question of the week. The topic of discussion over the last few months has been a recurring theme of the WWE is for babies.
Okay.
Well, at some point, those babies grow up to be older babies. What 3 to 5 matches outside of WWE during this most recent run, considering the last 5 years, would you compile together to show there's more to wrestling than just Vince's big top bonanza? Include any indies and or international stuff as well to make your case to expand the minds of the younglings. I've asked Joe and Vansky the same question on the other show. Love you boys. Can't wait to see you all at the next big hang sesh. Also, non-wrestling related, I'm looking at finally breaking the seal and getting my first piece of ink done. My any recommendations, tips, words of wisdom as I gear myself up for it.
So first of all, Tim, thanks for writing in, buddy, but you can't sneak a two-parter past this by saying also.
This
is a two-part question.
Hit you with an also.
This is a two-part question.
I don't make the rules.
This isn't even a two-part question. This is 2 separate questions.
I don't make the rules.
Just because you're not numbering them doesn't mean it's not 2 questions.
Yeah.
But anyway, the first question: 3 to 5 matches outside WWE during the most recent run. So in the era
the
of
last
this
5
show,
years.
the era of this show,
the last
existing.
5 years.
That's interesting.
So I have a few.
Okay.
Nick Gage versus John Moxley.
Ooh.
From that one death match at the one GCW show. I don't know if it was a homecoming or whatever it was.
That's better than Gage Cardona. Kind of weasel him in with a Cardona guy they might know.
No, I think it's better.
Theoretical?
To show like, hey, remember that Dean Ambrose guy?
Yeah.
Here it is. Because Mox was peak fucking nutcase at that point.
Absolutely.
That's where the match starts with Gage throwing a bundle of tubes right into Moxley's face, and it's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
I'd probably show them last 5 years Omega Ospreay from that one Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
I'd probably go there to show like, hey, here's what a lot of people have considered the best, like one of the best in the world, and a guy who was like on his way to being in the conversation, just crossing that path.
Right.
What else would I show them? I would show them Danielson Swerve from All In.
All right.
Because I think that match is fucking incredible and shows so much emotion. I would show them Swerve Hangman for Texas Death.
That's, I mean, if the person you're
I'm trying to give you some flavor, brother.
If they have the constitution for it.
I'm trying to give you flavor here.
Sure.
I'll give you 2 death matches. And
it's my match of the year. I mean, that's the thing. You just go 5 matches, the 5 matches of the year from the last 5 years.
And I'd probably show them Sabre versus Danielson from New Japan earlier this year. I think it might have been New Beginning.
Yeah.
I'd show them that to show like the technical side of it, you know.
All right.
Give them a little spice.
Sure, a little spice is nice.
How about you?
I would show them Eddie Kingston's debut promo on AEW.
Okay, all right.
Leading into Eddie versus Ishii from Capital Collision from 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago.
Yep.
I would give them probably. I mean, I like your picks a lot, so I'm gonna try and go outside your picks. But like a Sabre match, that's great to be on there. I was gonna say like Okada Danielson from Forbidden Door. When that happened, was it Forbidden Door? No,
because that's where he broke his arm.
No, not that
the
one.
Wrestle Kingdom one.
Okay. Yeah, the Wrestle Kingdom one. I'm trying to think of a good Joshi match from the last bunch of years, and I know there's a ton. I just don't have anything off the top of my head, but pick a random Mayu Iwatani match.
There you go.
From the last year.
I'd say her versus Sari from like a couple months ago was fucking sick.
That's on my list of all time for this year, top 5 for this year. So you could see like here's what actual women's wrestling looks like, and then man, if there was
that's a good fucking point.
Yeah. And indie wise, if you're only WWE exposed, I would show them Alex Shelley versus Avery Good.
There you go.
From LVAC in Bethlehem, so you could see what an indie show crowd looks like.
All right, I like that.
And I think one of the best indie matches of the year. Really an unheralded sort of thing.
Incredible.
And if you're like, show me more of this LVAC stuff, I'm going to show you Max the Impaler Hit Dan Champion with a garbage can full of garbage that shatters on the ground.
Yes. And then in the background, you'll just see us freaking the fuck out.
So, yeah, I think that's
all right.
That's a pretty good. I think we got everybody covered there.
Yeah, I think so too. Now, what about Tim and his tatty?
Tim, it's gonna hurt.
Listen, like I'm very much of tattoos fucking hurt.
Right.
It's not like to me. It's not fun.
I'm a freak. I like it.
You're a weirdo.
True.
To me, where I'm like, no, this sucks. Yeah. And the older you get, the more it hurts.
Yeah.
I feel anyway.
Absolutely. I can't sit as long. 10 years ago, I sat for like 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'd
lose my fucking mind.
But so Tim, it's gonna hurt. And there's numbing creams now. I don't have any experience with them.
Yeah.
Don't use it without checking with the tattoo artist first.
Please talk to your tattoo artist first.
Because they are going to have preferences on what it does to the skin and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Eat food before you go. Be well hydrated, but don't take any aspirin. Don't drink any booze or orange juice because you don't want to bleed too much. You'll find out if you're a bleeder or not. I bleed a ton.
Surprisingly, this last one I didn't really bleed.
Jamal is light. You got a
that's
light
true.
hand.
He's very light.
But But yeah, it's going to hurt. Just prepare yourself. It does, at least for
I
me.
almost fell asleep when he was tattooing me.
It does, like, your adrenaline does turn on.
Yeah.
And the endorphins do rise, and you will hit a point where it feels not so bad. But then switching over to color, or you're going to hit an hour mark where then it starts to hurt again. If you're lucky, the endorphins will pick that up. And if not, you're just going to have to suffer. Don't be embarrassed to tap out.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
Don't be embarrassed to take a break.
Right. Talk to your artist. Tell them how you're feeling. Talk with your artist beforehand.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to change something. If you're giving him something or you're having him draw something and you see it and you don't love it,
this is yours.
Right. This is on your body forever. Make sure it's something you want. I have some tattoos. Like, none of my tattoos, your tattoos mean something. They started that way. Now
I was the same
Now
way.
they're just cool shit because it doesn't matter.
The older I don't need to have everything meaningful on me.
Just get cool shit.
Yeah.
My first tattoo that I ever got has meaning that doesn't mean that much to me anymore. It's fine. I don't dislike it, but I'm like, this was a younger man.
Yeah, of course.
Getting this tattoo. But just make sure you love it. Make sure you're getting tattooed by somebody that you like. And I know you're not going to get to know them that well, but just take a quick, glance of them because you're going to be sitting with them for a long time.
Yes. Depends on how big you're,
how big it is. But, I mean, that's just prepare yourself. It's going to hurt.
It hurts, man.
There's, like I said, there is ways now to stop that. But
you can skirt around.
But I have no experience with that at all. And then take your aftercare incredibly seriously.
Saniderm, my friend.
Yeah, Saniderm works unless you have irritants for your skin. But talk to your artist; they'll give you the tips. They'll even sell you some products. Some artists put Saniderm on. Some don't want that extra expense. You can buy Saniderm online or get it from your local pharmacies. It's the same thing they use to heal burn wounds. But because you're gonna ooze, it's gonna bleed. The color's gonna,
Don't get freaked out when it's oozing either.
But read about aftercare. Ask your tattoo artist about aftercare.
Yeah, just take care of it
because that is one of the most important things. You can fuck a tattoo up by not taking care of it the right way.
Yeah,
and by fuck up, I mean you can ruin some lines. You can lose some color. Or you can get infections that they then have to carve out of you.
I mean, I have some tattoos that are 10 plus years at this point.
Yes.
Like the samurai on my leg, and people are like, when did you get that? I'm like, 10 years ago. Dude, that looks incredible. And it's because I took care of it.
Take care of your shit. So
take care of your shit, Tim.
There you go.
Get your shit together.
Don't start on your face. Don't
start on your hands.
Don't start on your hands.
Get a career killer.
Yeah, the career killers are out
throat,
there. Right.
The hands, the face.
Yeah.
The face?
The face.
If you're getting it on your arm, remember, you can always wear long sleeves to a job interview.
That's right.
That's the way you got to look at it.
I've hid my tattoos for job interviews all the time.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely.
But that's it, buddy.
Well,
enjoy yourself. It is a cool thing, and it is going to hurt.
Tattoos rock, dude. We have another question.
Oh, we do have another question. And we have a jingle. Kinda.
I've got my own jingle. It goes like this.
Hi, Marcus. I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. You got a body like it out. That's ticking like a clock.
Hey, that's not the song.
That's true. All right,
it's not the song.
I forgot about that.
Don't make me play the clip.
All right, so Marcus says, as he recently...
It's that itty bitty ding.
Always. As he recently celebrated a birthday, what's y'all's favorite Paul Heyman grift?
Oh, jeez. There's so many.
I love the story on the ECW DVD that Jericho tells of Farouk getting a plane ticket under a Jewish man's name.
Mm-hmm.
And Farouk just be like, come on, do I look like I'm Jewish to you? Damn. I love that one so much.
The bereavement flight grift is maybe the best one.
It's crazy.
Because it's super fucked up.
Yeah.
But also kind of smart.
Yep.
It's also working the business a little bit.
Making Chris Candido and Tammy Sitch max out their credit cards.
Right.
That's wild.
Right. And just there's so much of it is money stuff.
Yeah.
I like the bereavement flights one. I think that's my favorite. But also pushing Tommy Dreamer to the brink of him seriously considering buying a ticket, hopping the rail, and killing Paul Heyman live on pay-per-view.
At WrestleMania 17.
That's a pretty big grift.
That's crazy.
That's a long-term grift right there.
Sure is, brother.
Yeah. And also convincing the world that WWF wasn't funding you from pretty much the beginning.
That's true. That,
Pretty good
you
grift.
were they're the enemy. And,
Right.
fuck you, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck you, we're wrong. I love that speech so much. Marcus, thank you so much. Tim, thank you so much. Love you, sons of bitches, so much. I guess we'll get into actual wrestling.
That's all the questions. We got them out of the way early.
Yeah, this is a question.
What
top
a
load of the
wild
question.
show this is.
I know. Well,
Where are we at? What are we doing? Where are we going?
AEW.
A-Dub.
They had a big week.
A-Dub, yes.
So Rampage aired after Collision.
It did.
So Collision.
Yes.
One of the qualifiers for that Continental 4-Way, Mark Briscoe versus Archer.
Yes.
We both giggled because Briscoe got hard-weighed before the match even started.
Before the bell rang. Yes, sir.
That made me giggle.
Yeah.
Briscoe wins. Match was okay.
I thought it was fun. I like Archer. It's nothing special. You're never going to get a 4 or 5 out of Archer, but it doesn't make him any less of a cool guy. I thought this was fun. Briscoe bled. I guess if Briscoe didn't bleed everywhere, I'd like this match way less.
Yeah.
But the fact that he just bled
so much.
everywhere was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Before that, we did get Mox and Marina arriving at the arena. That rhymed.
Sure did.
But just because that happens, and that's important for later. Kinda.
Tomohiro Ishii's laid out backstage by Chris Jericho.
By the learning tree.
And the learning tree.
Sending him back to Japan.
Which was hilarious because this was definitely filmed on Wednesday at Dynamite because earlier that morning he wrestled on Shingo Takagi's 20th anniversary show in Japan. Time cop, brother.
I have a very big fear that this is going to lead to Ishii versus Jericho at either Wrestle Kingdom or that fake Forbidden Door show they're doing.
Can't want that ever in my life.
Nope. Not ever. But to me, that's what it looks like it's going.
Yeah. Which leads to Orange Cassidy versus Brian Keith.
Yeah.
And another Continental qualifier.
You skipped something there. It's Iron Savage's week on television.
That's why we skipped it.
And
we also skipped it.
Yeah, I absolutely did. That could suck a butt. I don't care about that at all. Not even FTR doesn't even make me interested in that shit.
Nope.
OC versus Brian Keith, I have 0 notes.
Yeah, it was all right.
But Jericho steals the backpack.
Yeah, Jericho takes the backpack of OC.
Sure, because he wants his $7,000 back.
Yes.
Which is really interesting because, as Twitter user Peps Wrestling pointed out, Jericho faced Orange Cassidy in a $7,000 obligation match in 2020.
Yep.
The stipulation was that if Orange Cassidy loses, he needs to pay the $7,000. He won, so by stipulation, he doesn't owe Jericho anything. That's how bottom of the barrel we are with Jericho right now. Yeah. I don't know if this is Jericho just like, let me just work OC again because I'm at my lowest point in AEW.
I think friend Kevin Ford said there's nobody left to leech off of.
Right. And so he's going to rehash against Orange Cassidy, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah, no thanks.
Because he botched the finish when OC won the last time. He's going to fucking do that again. Mm-hmm. And now we're getting it in Worcester, Pennsylvania.
Sure are. Next note I have is the Outrunners are over as fuck.
Versus Davey Bang and August Matthews.
Because they get their first win.
Yep.
Turbo Floyd, you son of a bitch.
I know what you did, Turbo Floyd. The elbow drop is fantastic.
Yep.
I saw you do your Undertaker spot on the outside. You're running back and forth Undertaker tribute. Don't think I didn't see it. I saw it.
We saw it, brother.
I saw it. Nigel McGuinness on commentary says that they invented the double axe handle.
Fuck yeah.
That before them it was a single axe handle.
I believe it.
And they innovated it to make it a double.
I believe it.
Me too. I'm all in. I love them. I know we were hesitant about them a little bit, but the fans are speaking. They want the Outrunners at the top.
Yeah, man.
And it's just what it is. So let's get the Outrunners fucking paid.
I'm all about
no
that.
matter how much they idolize Rip Rogers.
Oh, no.
Sadly. Because they do.
Takeshita versus the Beast Mortos. I have this as the best of the Continental qualifiers from the night.
Yeah.
They hoss the shit out of each other.
Yeah, I could use a best of 7 series of this.
Yeah, I also have Mortos needs to get a big push.
Yeah. They definitely use him a bunch.
Which is great. But let's get some W's.
He ain't going to be winning nothing. They haven't figured Takeshita out yet. They can figure Mortos out.
You're right about that.
Right here. But it was a ton of fun. Mortos rules. Big take rules.
And then I'll tell you what, man. The main event, Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite, I thought was so much fun. it bleeds over into Rampage.
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was so much fun. I thought the triple tombstone spot was cute.
Yeah, it builds 2 pay-per-view matches in one match, which is how you're supposed to fucking do it. I scream at them all the time.
Yep.
Like, do these multi-mans because you can do one match, 15 minutes on TV, and you get two or more if you wanted matches moved up. It's what New Japan does all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of good stuff in this.
Yeah, like Jack Perry getting chased away by
Right.
Danielson.
Claudio looks like $1 million in this because he listened. He apparently listened.
Fucking listened.
This was cool for sure.
Boy, and then 24 hours later,
yeah, buddy,
things go to shit for them. The Rampage that aired afterwards.
Well, right after this match, we get a second Outrunners bit.
Well, that's where I'm at because we're at Rampage now.
Oh, all right, yeah.
The Outrunners are backstage celebrating with them and Erica Lee, the big honk.
The big honk. The big gal.
Mox shows up and just beats the shit out of both of them.
Sure does.
Marina Shafir puts Erica Lee through a wall.
Literally.
Crazy.
Had to pay for that one. Do you think, who pays for that? TK pay for that? Marina should pay for that?
Sure, TK probably pays for it.
Good for TK on that one.
And the only other thing I had from Rampage was the Friday night fashion fight.
Yeah.
The House of Black versus was it Eminem Express?
Yeah.
Connection, whatever the fuck their name is.
We have a Bang Bang Gang promo.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to mention it because Juice Robinson says to to somebody about having a famous mom or something.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
That was a good line.
Yeah, but yeah, MXM versus House of Black. I thought this was really good.
It was so much fun, dude.
Really good. I'm big on MXM right now.
I think they're all right.
Their wrestling is fine. I like the bigger dude Mason.
Yeah.
I think he's impressive. I get a kick out of the characters. I think they're a good fit into this very weak tag division. In a stronger tag division, they would wash out.
Yeah.
They'd be jokey,
sure,
which they already are, but they benefit from this tag division being weak. But I like them. I like the act. I like the look. And Brody and Mason had a hoss fight in this that I thought was good. So Mason can hang.
Yeah, I liked when Brody crushed like the 3 judges on the outside with the running like splash into the rail. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, the fashion thing was odd.
Yeah.
I think the bit worked once.
I agree. If you did it once, I'd say okay, and then have Brody go destroy them.
Brody should have crushed them.
Yeah, when it just keeps going over and over,
not as great.
Yeah,
but I do like MXM. But of course, Brody is also fucking awesome. So
goddamn, Buddy Matthews,
like $1 million.
He looks great.
Yeah. Well, it was last week or whatever, where the MXM did a promo and they were like, "You're Buddy Matthews. No attractive woman's ever going to date you. No super hot lady is that no super hot muscle mommy's ever going to be with you." And it was like, that's hilarious.
Oh, Buddy Matthews. So I guess we'll go to the Pape.
It's called Playful Jibber Jabber.
Yeah,
I believe
we're here at the Pape.
The Pape.
We're it all out.
We are.
Lots to talk about from this.
Yes.
So MJF versus Daniel Garcia.
Yes.
Opened the show up. I thought the match itself was solid.
Yeah.
Max gets the cheat pin at the end because he kicked Garcia in the dick.
Yes.
But the important part is Garcia gets his post-match revenge.
Yeah.
Hits the pile driver off the second rope.
Right. Writing Max off for a little bit.
Yeah, it appears Max is going to go take a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Maybe a movie or something.
Yeah, so the rumor was a movie.
And then there's the talks that Garcia didn't sign the extension yet. So they're saying, okay, we're going to give you the loss, but you keep your heat.
Right.
Who knows?
Sure. I'd like to call Michelle in for her opinion on this match. Michelle?
Oh, Jesus.
No? You don't? Okay.
So this is where
she pieced out.
Michelle tapped out.
And good thing she did.
God.
Comparatively, this is nothing.
Nothing at all.
But the blood and snots in the mouth.
She was out of it.
That was it. She's still mad about it. If I was to say it loud enough for her to hear, she'd start yelling. That was out. She was out. She's still mad about it. She's like, I ain't watching this. I ain't watching any wrestling.
Yeah.
So we had her. And you could make the argument that casuals watching AEW aren't going to like this. Michelle's less than a casual. I think it was fine. It's gross, but whatever.
It was hilarious.
But she was hot.
Yeah, she said
red hot about it.
Said enough of this bullshit.
But also Max seemingly watching his Zack Sabre Jr. tapes in this match a little bit, trying to tie Danny up, do some of that stuff. But yeah, the end was good. The match was good. Max delivers. Danny looked good. I think Danny rose to the occasion.
Ever since he's come back, showing fire, I'm like, okay, I like this guy now.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like him before, but it's clicking a little bit more.
We just had a hard time figuring out if there was actually something there completely or not. And then, the end was cool. The top rope, top turnbuckle heat seeker, or whatever the hell he did. That was like what Danny did to take Max out. Yeah, the pile driver. I guess it wasn't a heat seeker. That's Max's thing the other way. But, cool stuff, man. Get Max off TV for a bit. Even though it's a shame because I think this is some of the best. This brief 2-week feud with Garcia is some of the best Max stuff.
Yeah.
And so he's going to come back if he's gone for weeks, months, and then he's going to revert back to overdoing it, Max.
I hope not.
I hope not too, because I thought this was some good stuff here. This was
I enjoyed
fire
it,
and mean and whatever. And Danny, I felt, rose to the occasion. So hopefully he signs that extension. Danny, if you're listening, buddy,
you don't want to go to Orlando.
Listen, I very, very honestly think you'll be lost in the shuffle.
Oh, I do too.
Not because you're not talented. There's plenty of talented people that get lost in the shuffle, and then there's guys like Lexus King that gets featured on TV. So, your size is absolutely a factor.
Yeah,
and that can be overcome. And you're a super talented wrestler. You're gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yep.
If they find out you do your dance,
dancing Danny Garcia.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with the second best dancing Danny in the history of professional wrestling.
That's a fact.
You know.
Next thing we'll talk about Will Ospreay versus Pac.
You don't want to talk about the all cock based offense by the Blackpool Combat Club against the Young Bucks. I would say 65% of their offense, maybe 70% of the offense in the match was cock based.
There was a lot of dick movement.
Very
going
weird.
on. Yeah.
Lots of dicks. Maybe foreshadowing because they're dicks. Who knows?
Those boys.
But Pac versus Ospreay, as you said.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking amazing.
I have a note.
What do you have?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, top notch, athleticism, top notch.
Yeah.
All their sequences, top notch. Reversals, top notch. I mean, these guys didn't skip a fucking beat. They're two of the best doing it in the world.
Absolutely.
I love seeing Pac getting a stage to shine again on his own. Will Ospreay, though, man, that guy just keeps fucking delivering.
Yes.
Oh, it's insane.
I will give you controversial opinion here. If given the opportunity, I prefer Pac.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Pac is a better wrestler than Will. He's certainly not as exciting. But for my tastes, Pac lays his shit in more. Pac hits harder.
Okay. I won't argue that.
And so just that tiny little thing, I'm just man, I really like. I love watching them both wrestle. And I think Ospreay would be better in more matchups. But I just like watching Pac beat. Pac, here's what it is. Pac hits people hard enough that I'm like, oh, this is a fight.
Marcus's favorite small wrestler, Pac.
Right, because he's not small.
Yeah. He's small.
But just this match I was super excited for, and they absolutely delivered, like you said.
It was fucking incredible,
100%,
dude.
Just fucking knocked it out of the park. Everything it needed to be. Everything I hoped it was. And I hope Pac doesn't go away because he was a little back and forth.
I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
I don't think so now. I think at least for a little while they need him there all the time. But I love that dude. So maybe he's sharing plane rides with Ospreay every week. Because I don't think Pac lives in the U.S. anymore.
I have
right?
no idea.
But
Not
who knows?
sure.
I think that was why he was missing time all the time because he was over in the UK.
And
Not
he was
missing
banged
time,
up.
but he was But yeah, just absolutely wonderful.
Incredible, honestly incredible.
If you're cruising this pay per view and you don't know what to watch, and you're not into sick shit,
this is the number one thing.
If you're
not into sick shit,
it might still be the number one thing, really. But the spectacle and everything else outdoes it.
Yeah.
But this match fucking ruled.
Awesome shit. Speaking of awesome shit,
yes.
Chicago Street Fight.
Yes.
Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
Yep.
I think this might be the best AEW women's match ever.
It could be.
Statlander wins.
Yeah.
They were put in such a tough spot on the card.
Absolutely.
And they fucking over-delivered and blew it out of the park. They blew it out of the water, man. They 100%. Really did. It's just, I feel like both of them should always be near a title, in the title picture.
They're both too good.
It's just so violent. There's light tubes and stat bleeds, thumbtacks, to the vagine.
Willow might be the perfect babyface for this company.
Yeah, I mean,
she really is.
It's incredible, dude.
She's an engaging presence.
Yeah.
You know, like, and Willow is a great looking human being.
Oh, absolutely.
But like, we've said this forever, like, and everybody knows this. Her smile is so contagious, infectious, that like she's this ultimate baby face. You can put her on TV, and she's going to be captivating, and she's a great wrestler. Like she's what like could be at any point the forefront of this division. She does a lot of media for them. Yeah, but that's what I'd be pushing Willow. I think she's an excellent ambassador. And really just great. This match does rule.
It's fucking incredible.
Willow, coincidentally, also seemingly has the hardest head in all of professional wrestling.
Yes.
Because she takes...
Oh, my God.
They do the table spot, and Stat lands, and, like, Willow's going to the ground, and Stat's legs hit Willow in the back of the head, and she gets bonked in the back of the head, and then her head smashes off the ground from it.
I jumped because I thought she broke Willow's neck.
I thought it was over. Right? Yeah. We were like, it's done.
Yeah.
And Willow just gets up, and it's like, holy shit. And she's perfectly fine. She didn't stumble. It wasn't like, was she concussed or, worry, all that kind of shit.
She just took a shot.
She was completely fine. She tweeted about it. She was like, well, that hurt afterwards.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah, it looked awful.
I really thought she broke her neck.
Me too.
I was so nervous, man. But goddamn, it was fucking awesome.
So good. And Statlander wins.
Statlander wins. So
which is why it wasn't from the title. It was maybe sort of originally announced weeks ago. But for that, the CMLL title, which is, I think Will is defending as we speak.
Might be tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. Maybe tomorrow night.
I don't know.
Did you say, did Jericho wrestle tonight? Because it's the same show.
No, I think they're just there doing like a meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right.
Because, he's wrestling Mystico.
Yeah. And they used tubes in this match.
Light tubes, brother. Tubes. And tags.
And we were like freaking out, not knowing what was to come.
No. Oh, my God.
But really great. Yeah. Really, really wonderful. Love the shit out of this match for sure.
I thought the Continental match was decent.
Okay.
I didn't love it. I thought it just existed.
I thought it was solid. I think it's hard because there are a bunch of gimmick matches on this card.
Yeah.
And this is one of the more straightforward matches. It's also a match that, unlike this card, this is a beginning of something, and almost everything else on this card is the end of stuff.
Yes. And so Joe put it perfectly on At Odds last week. He said, this was the show where you're getting the blood feuds. Yes. And you're getting the heat.
Tons of payoffs.
And boy, did we not know what was coming.
But this does, seemingly... Takeshita Okada is birthed from this.
Let's hope.
And I completely fine with it. These guys are all very talented men. They did their jobs. It's just hard to exist on the rest of this card with a match that is relatively straightforward.
Sure.
But I also, let me just say, I still, Ed, block your ears, hit the mute button.
Oh no.
I still really like what Okada's doing in this company, pal. I'm super entertained by Okada.
Bitch. Just calling everybody a bitch.
That's right.
Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
So
we're about to do something here, you and me.
Listen, I listened
to other shows on the network.
I was enjoying the shit out of this.
Me too. We were both talking about how much we liked this match as it was happening.
Up until the last 5 minutes.
The wig disaster.
The wig just completely ruined it.
She literally got her wig knocked off.
Yeah.
By like a clothesline or something.
I think so.
Or maybe a kick. And from there...
The wheels fell off.
Sasha was too busy fixing the wig. She got her wig split. She was too busy fixing it, so she always had one hand on it, so she wasn't opening herself up for moves. She wasn't selling as good.
Shida hits like 3 of her finish, which isn't good anyway.
Right.
First one like whiffs, the second one she fucking nails her, the third one Mercedes kicks out at like 1.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah. I still will defend this match. I know there's been a lot of critiques. Maybe some people have a grudge. Maybe some people don't like Mercedes a lot. No matter whether or not he wants to deny it as up and down as much as he can. There's definitely some bias. Some places there's definitely a Mercedes Moné derangement syndrome going around. Because I swear to God, her versus Momo was real good.
It was fucking great.
And I know we on the show, a lot of other people had said that like Britt's the problem and whatever may be happening there, who knows? But this was a way better match than her versus Britt.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I think, sadly, weighed down by the finishing segment because the wig was out and Mercedes ain't ready to sacrifice that fucking thing.
No.
Which is a shame.
She's got to do something. Like, this has been a problem since she's come back.
Right. I get it. I don't know. I'm not up on wig technology. I'm not Joe Sposto.
Joe is a wig man, so he'll tell you all you need to know.
And I do understand the cultural and sort of self-confidence reasons and existence for wigs with women of color.
Sure.
So, that's awesome. Like, keep doing that. But there's got to be a way even to secure them even harder. Yeah, or I don't know. I don't know wig technology.
Get a better stylist, girl.
But if it starts to go, maybe you just have to let it go. I think all of us in the audience understand that your bomb pop colored hair
is not your
actual hair. I think when it changes not one, not two, but 3 colors every week and has new words written in it, we understand you're not processing your real hair that much.
We get it, Mercedes.
You're paying a lot for these wigs. They usually look really good. Mercedes looks very good.
Yes.
But if the shit starts to fall off, don't sacrifice the match for the wig.
Nope.
Sacrifice the wig for the match.
Words to live by.
Right. It's going on a t-shirt. But I still like this match. I will still defend this match.
Yeah, I thought it was good until the last 5 minutes.
Mercedes isn't Bryan Danielson.
No.
No
one is.
No one is. She, does she maybe need to slow it down a step in the ring to get things over? Then that's fine. She's certainly allowed to do that. Her finish also stinks. I don't know why she keeps trying to hit that disaster
like another
move.
Stop it already. It looks like shit.
I think when she hits it good with someone like Momo, where she hit it perfectly, she's like, "Oh no, this is cool."
Yeah,
it's everybody else's.
She
problem.
does it again, and you go, "Oh."
Yeah. So she definitely has some things she needs to improve, and I don't know if she's a person who's open to hear these things. Mercedes, if you're listening, hit me up. But WeNeedWrestling at gmail.com. Head us both up. Yeah, don't. The wig technology needs to be fixed a little bit.
Yeah, let's get a little fixer there.
Because this is full contact wrestling. And I did see that she did come out and sort of talk about the violence. Somebody asked her about the violence at the end of the show. And she sort of said, kids go to wrestling. I don't know that if my young family members, I'd want them to see that kind of thing. But she said, but there is room and need for an alternative. And they have an outlet if they need it. And this is what it is. And there seems to be a fan base that likes this shit too. And I agree completely.
Yeah.
I agree with that there is a need for an alternative, not
mix.
completely. But and we'll talk about the rest later. But I'm not a Mercedes homer to steal.
I'm not a Mercedes truther.
I'm a Mercedes understander.
Yeah.
Maybe to borderline Mercedes apologist, and I'll take that just fine.
Yeah, that's wrong with that.
But I've seen more good. The good's in there.
It's there.
The good's in there. Momo Watanabe's a talented wrestler, but she ain't that fucking talented to carry Mercedes through a match. So
no, she certainly isn't. Not.
Something's in there. Speaking about something maybe not being in there though.
Oh my God, Bryan Danielson, Jack Perry.
Thank you, Jack Perry.
So the thing is with this match, the outcome's never in question.
Right.
Bryan Danielson is the GOAT.
Absolutely.
Bryan Danielson wins.
Yes.
Don't need to talk about the bell to bell. You really don't.
There's not much to talk about. I thanked Jack Perry because I think he kind of gave Danielson one of the most down matches. I don't think the match was bad. I think the match was
it's not
the match
bad.
was as good of a match that it was Jack Perry's absolute peak.
Yeah, and I don't think it was him. It was just Danielson doing everything for him.
He was walked through this match by Bryan Danielson, which is fine. Sometimes you got to do that. We talked about it last week. I understand Danielson's sort of desire to work with the younger talent.
I get
on
it.
his way out. And there was the thing about Jack. He pinned Dragon and whatever, and blah blah blah.
Sure,
but yeah, it was good. But when Danielson is great, every other time we've seen him, a good feels lesser. A good feels like an insult. When it's the greatest wrestler of the last 20 years, one of the greatest of all time, a good match feels like a bad match.
I agree with that. But more importantly.
And I actually think that what we're about to talk about might be why they did this match. Because does what we're about to talk about have less impact if Dragon just had a 5-star drag out against a quality opponent.
No, not at all.
You know, I don't know. Maybe you do the Jack Perry thing because you know that what's coming after is going to overshadow it, so you don't waste a better opponent on him. I don't think that's anybody's necessarily
I just think it's just to give him his, you had a world title match against Bryan Danielson.
Right, exactly. I think they threw the kid a bone. But post-match is...
Christian Cage, his music hits.
Yep.
Out comes the patriarchy. Christian has a contract. He's ready to cash in his title shot.
Absolutely.
And he gets stopped right at the ring by a ginormous human being named Jon Moxley.
Massive. Like, we said it when he came out the other week. Looks fucking huge. Final Wrestling Place talked about it. Maybe it's the t-shirt a size or two too small.
That brother's been doing bicep curls.
You know, but he looks fantastic.
Yeah, so they stop Christian from getting in the ring.
Yep.
Blackpool Combat Club with Pac, Claudio, and Yuta. They all confront the patriarchy. He's like, you ain't doing this shit.
We're going crazy watching this match.
So
we're like, holy shit, this is awesome. BCC's back. Like, they have Pac with them.
Yeah, patriarchy backs it down, goes to the back.
Absolutely.
BCC gets in the ring. You know, Moxley hugs Danielson, gives him a little kiss on the forehead. You know, everybody's hugging, raising their arms. And Excalibur sold this perfectly on commentary because he goes, you know, there's been a lot of questions about the Blackpool Combat Club. Are they going their separate ways? Like, there hasn't really been a lot of cohesion lately. And then that son of a fucking bitch, Claudio Castagnoli, uppercuts Bryan Danielson and puts him on his ass.
But not out, because Dragon...
No.
The best reaction he could have possibly done, wide-eyed stare.
Yep, just like...
absolute betrayal.
Not knowing how to process anything. And while he's...
Out of that whole group, Claudio would have been the last person I expected to turn on Danielson.
Yeah, because he's the one who brought him in.
Right.
And while he's sitting there wide-eyed looking at Claudio, Jon Moxley takes a plastic bag and he fucking bagged Danielson.
Sure did. Put
it over his head and suffocates him.
Right.
At this point...
I think even Doug is on his feet for this.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
Incredible.
Could not believe that they fucking bagged him. And... it's just like, it's so crazy because the look on Moxley's face was like, I'm not getting any enjoyment out of this.
Right.
I'm doing what I have to do.
It's not what I want to do. It's what I have to do for the better of this company and this group.
And watching Yuta get restrained by Pac.
Everybody played their part so well.
Yeah.
Even before the bagging, when they're celebrating with Dragon, everybody lines up. Everybody gives him a hug. Moxley doesn't hug. Moxley hugs him. But then when they all go to raise arms, Moxley doesn't raise his arms with everybody else. He's sort of milling around. And you're just like, well, yeah, he's a crazy person. Like, he's their crazy person.
He's not celebrating.
But he's a crazy person. Yeah. So, like, that makes sense. And then, like, Pac hugs Yuta in, like, celebration. And then
puts the squeeze on him.
And he's screaming and crying and reaching.
Oh, my God, dude.
It looked like when, like a kid reaching out for their parent or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane. You see in like movies where like parents are separated in like really sad, shitty movies, and like the kids are reaching out like, oh my God, it was heartbreaking.
Like Yuta's just crying and screaming like, no, please stop. And it's just like, Moxley just looks like an actual murderer. A fucking murderer.
It's a clear bag.
Yeah,
even
so
Terry Funk had the decency to use a white bag.
You know, Marina Shafir comes out. She like knocks out an official. Her and Claudio are holding the doctors off at bay, and Moxley just suffocates Bryan Danielson. It's fucking insane.
They don't rip a hole in the bag until the doctor gets there and puts oxygen on him. This is sub main event.
It's like just completely shocking.
Everything was executed in the exact perfect way. Everybody played their parts super well. And still, it is a jaw-dropping turn.
It really is.
I don't know that anybody saw this coming. I think it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Right? Like, but like, I don't think we were like, yeah, this is going to happen
Not
here.
in this violent of a manner.
You know, like we all sort of speculated like Mox is seemingly split from the BCC because he's not mentioning him in the last couple of weeks. And like, if he just walked away, that's fine. I get it. You know, it happens in wrestling all the time. They just don't have to mention somebody. He has Marina Shafir with him.
Yeah.
He's doing a shit kicker thing, whatever. But then he's there to save Christian. It's such a big moment to see them all lined up.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen them on TV in so long. And it just makes the fall even harder.
It's just one of
Absolutely
fucking
incredible.
craziest, coolest things AEW's done.
It's a shame that AEW doesn't do stories or angles.
Oh my god.
Or any of that shit. Because this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's
Like,
just fucking great wrestling TV.
Just that, like, again, the image of Mox just suffocating him and just stone cold face. And Yuta just trying to get to him, to Danielson, and Pac just restraining him. Like, even at the end, like, finally when they take the bag off his head and stuff, and Pac's still restraining Yuta, and Yuta, like, he's yelling at Claudio, and, like, he, like, pie faces Claudio, and Claudio just pie faces him back. And then they just let him go, let him run to Danielson.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's the
Yuta's got a
good
belt
shit,
with
brother.
Claudio and Pac, so who knows what's going to happen there.
That is the good shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
One of the best things AEW's done.
Yeah, really crazy. Just wild. And then the chef's kiss, sort of the aperitif, if you will, is all the people online complaining about it and how old school wrestling wouldn't let this happen and this, that, and the other thing. And then everybody got to pull out the Terry Funk and Ric Flair. Two of the best to ever do it. I don't care who you are. They are in everybody's at minimum top 10.
Yep.
And
here's the difference too. This is on pay-per-view.
Right.
That was on TV.
Sure was. And Terry had to apologize and they lost sponsors.
Big difference though.
They faked a suspension and all that sort of shit to appease people. This is on a pay-per-view.
It's a big difference.
And a lot of people wouldn't have been able to survive the Attitude Era.
No.
That were, for numerous reasons.
Yeah.
And WWE had their fair share. They got a lot of shit with the crucifixion and all that, but with Undertaker's thing
Hell
and all
in a
that.
cell.
Yeah, heck in a sec. But I hear there's one of those coming up soon.
There sure is.
But a bracelet on a pole match. But
God damn it.
Yeah, this is just perfect wrestling television, and I love it so much. And it's if I need only one thing to sustain myself, and AEW has a lot of things rolling right now. There are a lot of plates in the air, which I really like. But like, if I just need one thing, this is enough to get me to come back every week and watch TV and see what the fuck they're doing, because it's just cool as shit.
I agree.
And it wasn't even the fucking main event.
No, because the main event is a lights out, unsanctioned cage match.
Yes.
Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. So I don't know why you're powering through that.
I don't have another drink and I want another beverage.
So the thing about this match, it's not better than the Texas Death Match.
No.
But it is still super violent.
It suffers unfairly because us sickos created a match in our minds.
Yeah, that someone's going to die.
That we were like, because the Texas Death Match, they bled buckets.
Sure.
It was brutal. It was the match of the year. We're like, they're going to have they're going to have match of the year 2 years. And that's what I was saying, match of the year 2 years in a row. They're going to bleed buckets. They're going to have every fucking thing. Now there's a cage. So like, I think everybody hyped up and it hurts the match because of it. Unfairly. Because this match rules.
I thought it was great.
They do a lot of shit. They do some shit that I think is crazy.
Listen, man, that fucking cinder block.
The cinder block is insane.
Yeah.
It is a crazy fucking thing to do. A cop killer onto a real cinder block. It fucks up Hangman's back.
Yep.
Like, that's a crazy thing to do.
Swerve gets power bombed onto the cinder block.
Right. The chair shot is the most gimmicked chair maybe in the history of professional wrestling.
Like, they did such a good job. They didn't show it.
Right.
You know?
So all you babies need to shut up about that.
Yeah. The syringe.
The syringe is the sticking point. Both literally and figuratively as a pun. I see a lot of theories about this. And there's one that I saw online, and then Tim, Final Wrestling Place, talked about it. And about... it was supposed to be Hangman injecting something to knock Swerve out?
Yeah.
I didn't look at it that way.
Me neither, no.
I looked at him of just torturing the fuck out of Swerve.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're not going to beg for mercy?
Right.
Cool, here's a fucking needle in your face.
Like, how I'm not... like, I didn't look at it as like he was trying to knock him out. I was like, I'm going to put stuff through your face until you're fucking done.
Yeah.
Like, I've beaten you up and all that. I'm going to start putting holes in you, man.
Yep.
And like... because you see it like the indie wrestlers, deathmatch wrestlers do skewers and stuff through cheeks all the time. They're not going to do a skewer on AEW TV. Needle goes in a little easier.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought that was. I think the visual would be cool if it was filled with something and you pop it all the way through and then you squirt it out. But that comes with some dangers and whatever. But, insane.
Not for crybabies.
Absolutely. I mean, not for regular people. I mean, that's, I know some people on our network didn't like it a little too far. I get it. I understand that. It's far. I don't ever want to see it again. You know what I mean? I think you don't go back to this. I don't think there's a few that will be able to rise to need this violent again.
They can't.
This was built, and this was an absolute knockdown, drag out, hardest feud in AEW history. So I don't know that anything ever escalates to this point again.
I agree with that.
And I don't think it should. This should go down as good of a feud as is, where these men were pushed to their absolute fucking limits of brutality against each other. And the needle is fucking nuts.
This is it. Just let it be done, though.
Needles are controversial. Some people don't like needles when they go to the doctor, even. So I get it. But I was on my feet.
I was fucking into it, man.
We were super fucking pumped. Crazy good stuff. Just really fun match that, like I said, was hurt because of our expectations, but still a great match nonetheless. On any other card, we're raving about this match.
Yeah,
it just happened to be right after the biggest turn in definitely the biggest turn in AEW history.
100%. Like the biggest turn, the most violent, visual.
Yeah,
I think the bag's more violent than the fucking syringe. I do. It's just you're actively suffocating a man.
The bag is definitely more violent but less gross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The bag is something that can absolutely kill you, so they are going to a place that's murdery.
Sure. Murdery.
But the syringe is skeevy. It's a different
dirty,
feeling.
man.
It's a different feeling.
But this feud needed that.
Absolutely.
It fucking this is it, man. This is the end. Yeah. We're going to go, fucking no pun intended, but we're going all out.
Right.
I mean, this is what it is, man. Yeah. So, all out fucking ruled. I enjoyed it so much as a pay-per-view.
And be smart. Swerve and Hanger miles away from each other forever now. At least for years.
Yeah.
I don't want this run back maybe ever.
They don't need it. Mm-mm. This is it. Let it go.
It is the best feud in AEW history.
I agree. 100%.
So let it go. Let it go down in history. Have it in every one of your fucking highlight packages. Yeah. Put shit together on your wherever website and shit you happen to end up. Put that together as a package. Talk about it. In 10 years, I want to hear the behind the scenes on it.
Sure.
But
get a documentary that was supposed to be promised and then didn't come out till months later.
Right.
Because you don't want to hurt anyone's egos.
Exactly.
Even though Cody Rhodes is still out there saying, if you knew the real story, fuck off.
Brother.
I gotta go, dude. You won. You won.
Fuck Cody Rhodes forever.
Agreed.
I also saw a guy online this week got the Cody Rhodes tattoo on his neck.
Cool.
But he was Canadian, so he didn't want an American flag, so he got the Canadian flag in it.
Oh god. So he's a Canadian nightmare?
Sure.
Great.
At least you won't get sued for that.
That's true. Dynamite.
The follow up to All Out.
So
All Out Fallout.
This starts with a 2.5 minute vignette / promo / recap,
which is what most of Dynamite is,
which is okay.
It's fine by me.
With Moxley explaining what he did.
Yes.
And the way that the promo package is presented is fucking genius. Mm-hmm. I love the little undertone music in it.
Yeah.
The synth at the end was fucking gnarly. Mm-hmm. John Moxley I hope reminded people why he is one of the best talkers out there. Mm-hmm. This reminded me of his old indie promos where you're filmed in a fucking field at night under a streetlight saying you want Bryan Danielson's head on a stick.
Right.
That's one of my favorite Moxley promos ever.
I'm an FBI agent, Ted.
There is that one too, yeah. He just talks about, I didn't enjoy doing that.
Right.
I'm not going to enjoy doing the things I have to do.
Right.
But I have to do them.
Which was something we had talked about over the last 2 weeks about how, if Mox is setting up a new crew, it's because the Blackpool Combat Club has failed at its mission. They've gone soft. They're baby faces. Dragon's a hero. It's hard at the end of his career to make Dragon a heel anyway, because everybody's going to love him. But so like we were like, oh, if he's starting this new thing, it's because the Blackpool Comic Club failed. Like they've lost their path. The mission isn't what it was, and Mox wants to go back to that mission. And I just never fathomed it would end up with him trying to do a murder.
Yeah, and this is essentially what he says in the promo. You know, Bryan Danielson, like Mr. Empathy, best guy I know.
Right. Yep.
Like he goes, you don't have the stomach for this.
Right. You
what
were
a line.
You were our mentor's favorite. He said he called you the perfect wrestler, but he saw himself in me.
Yep. What a fucking line, dude.
Which is true, because if you know about Regal, like all of Regal's bad habits, with which there are more than people know.
Sure.
Regal had some hard times, Daddy. He, the drinking, all that shit, living on the edge. Yeah. He said, like, I see that in Moxley and it scares me.
Yeah. And like Mox says, his lordship, which I'm like, hey, man.
His lordship's favorite student or whatever he said. Yeah.
God, it's so cool. And he just says, he's like, I know what I have to do now. And like, I know why God put me here. It's because I am the king of these lands that I walk.
Right. He said, diplomacy has failed. I choose war.
Another one too, he's like, blood has made the wheels of time spin forever. Yeah. Like, dude, I'm so fucking ready for whatever they're going to give me.
Absolutely. So here's the thing about Mox that I was really excited to talk about on the show this week with you, and I'm pretty sure you agree, but excuse me, it's worth talking about. Mox is AEW's lighthouse, right? It's always going to go. He's the guiding light. He's when they're lost at sea. The best way to course correct is to go towards that light.
Yep.
Right?
That's spot on.
He's that dude for them. Everything should always circle back to Mox.
The shit he's done for this company.
Right. And this is coming from a guy, and I say it all the time, like, I don't like Dean Ambrose. I was not interested in Dean Ambrose.
No, you definitely weren't.
I love Jon Moxley.
Yeah. It's a different fucking animal, dude.
Right. And he's eaten Jon Moxley. He's eaten James Vanderbeek's character from fucking Varsity Blues. Anybody even remotely close to Jon Moxley, to Dean Ambrose, he's eaten all of them.
Yeah.
But he is that beacon. He is like, AEW should always somehow every year, whatever it is, when a new cycle when a cycle's ending and a new cycle's starting, Mox has to be involved. He has done enough for that company. He's done enough in the ring. He's proved who he is. He is, unlike most of the people who have switched sides during all this, right? Cody goes to WWE, it's the same fucking thing. Ricochet's coming over to WWE, or coming over from WWE, and he's talking about how he's excited to wrestle like old Ricochet, but the presentation isn't any different. He's Ricochet. Saraya is just Paige.
Sure.
Like they're not changing because they're like, well, I was marketable here, I'll be marketable this way, whatever. Even Danielson eventually starts doing the yes shit again.
Yeah.
Mox has killed and eaten his old character. He's a different guy, and he is a man who's like, no, I want the reins, and if you won't give them to me, I'm going to fucking take them.
Yep.
And he should always be in that picture. He's that fucking solid. He's that fucking good. He's that believable.
Yeah.
And, he has the sign off of everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he is in a lot of ways Danielson's equal, but in a different way.
100%.
He fits all those same things. So he is the lighthouse of AEW. If you're off course, just look for that light and reset with Mox.
Yeah.
Because he'll make it right again.
Always.
And I know a lot of people talking about, after all this, like we'll talk about later, but it was supposed to be, everybody basically came out and said like the original plan was Darby Danielson, and that's been changed. It's probably going to be Mox. And it's like, yeah, because...
Yep, it has to be.
Because, like, I love Danielson to death.
Me too.
I like Darby. He's really come around for me. But I don't think AEW benefits from a friendly passing of the torch exit of the best of the last 20 years.
No.
The ending of Danielson Darby will be great. But I don't... If it happens, I'm sure it will. But I don't think that a handshake and a hug and tears at the end of Danielson's full-time career is what AEW needs right now.
You got the feel good moment at Wembley.
Right.
That was the feel good. Now we're here to feel bad.
The end of Danielson needs to be the end of Danielson.
Yeah.
Because then, if Darby, which is what's going to happen, then the next generation, instead of getting the torch passed, they take up for him and say, how could you do that to this man? How can you do this to this legend? Our hero, your old friend, the man we all looked up to, the man who tried to make us all better, the man who helped this company, the man who was told he would never be good enough and proved everybody wrong every fucking time. And Mox outright murders him. It's much stronger for Darby to then take up the fight for Danielson than just saying, thank you, I love you. Thank you for gifting me this title as on your way out.
Sure, I agree.
Mox is going to pull it from him along with gallons of fucking blood.
Yeah.
And I just think that's better for wrestling.
I agree with you, man.
I think it fits the identity that AEW is seemingly trying to nail down right now.
Yeah.
So
being different.
Yes. Being a true alternative.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a bit too.
So Christian Cage comes out.
Yes, with Schiavone.
Yeah, just talks how he's your reigning, defending, undisputed future world champion.
Yes.
What a line. I love Christian so much.
So, Christian, I have to say this, if you're listening, bud, you slid down the rankings a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle was watching with me, and I said, it's the beard. He looks old because his beard's getting scruffy.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. And she's like, he's still hot, but he's sliding down a little bit. I don't know.
She liked herself a slice of Moxley, didn't she?
And she was impressed how Mox looked. She was like, that's Moxley? I was like, yeah, he shaved his head. Because I hate him when he combed that hair forward. He should have just embraced the male pattern baldness like Buzz Sawyer. But the shaved head works, and he's just jacked to the gills now. So Moxley entered the list and stormed up it, and Christian took a step back.
I have to talk to Michelle.
Took a step back. I need to show him. He needs to show his abs on TV next week. Get her back.
Yeah, that is the truth.
If he wasn't so humble, he'd do it.
Yeah. Will Ospreay is there with Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. And Callis says, "Oh, you owe me a favor." And they have this tag on with tonight, and who better than you and Kyle Fletcher? And
and Ospreay's like, you have the favor, but not right now.
Yeah. And Callis says, "You're a man of your word, though." Yeah. And Fletcher says, like, come on, like, I want to win the big one. I'm sick of not winning the big one, and you're my best friend. And he said, all right, bruv, I'll do it. While Takeshita is looking very dejected.
Takeshita ain't happy about it.
Made me sad. Jack Perry beats up Leo Rush.
Poor Leo.
Yeah. And then, like, on the way to the back, Jack Perry's like, what is it? Like, he says, I don't know what he said to Marvez. He's like, they sacrificed me while I'm alive so they could worship me when I'm dead.
Crucified in this life.
That's it. Okay.
To be cherished in the next.
Sure.
All right. He's trying to do like a Raven thing.
It's not, you ain't Raven,
He's like Raven, Shane Douglas. Like, I just don't get it. And like, I understand
Raven.
that this company put a lot of money in this kid, and they picked him. Whether you agree with it or not, that's not something to relitigate. Like, you know,
They're not Raven.
They pick this kid, and they're like, well, let's see what he got. And I just don't think he's delivering on the level they need him to. He's not that interesting.
No, like, to me, it just comes off very edgelord.
He hasn't grown as a wrestler in any way, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I don't, like, is this character better than, like, loincloth wearing jungle kid with his pet dinosaur? Yeah, I mean, it's at least not a children's cartoon.
Sure.
But I still don't think it works. He drives a black short bus to the fucking arena.
Yeah, it doesn't look cool.
Like, it's another thing. It's like sort of like what MJF used to do, where it was just like he just pasted a bunch of stuff he thought looked cool together, and that doesn't make a cat. He's like, well, what's the goat head? Well, I'm the scapegoat. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm also they also sacrificed me.
I'm also like buddy with the guys who make the rules around here.
They blame me. They sacrifice me. I'm best friends with the EVPs, and I drive a black bus to the like. It's just like, well, what if I did this and this and this? It's like, okay, you know, whatever. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like building a character in a wrestling game that's like half blue with face paint. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
You're missing your attribute points.
Yeah, it's just not. It just all of it doesn't come together to make anything substantial. And that could be forgiven if he's backing it up in the ring. And he's not terrible, but he's also not. Nobody's talking about him.
Yeah.
You know, Leo Rush has way better potential. and has way better matches.
I agree.
So,
Hangman's getting interviewed backstage by Renee.
yes.
And he says, I'll burn down 1,000 homes.
They ran down the list of things that he did to Swerve, and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, out of context, if you were to read the list of things that he's done to Swerve over the past months, I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is bananas.
Yep.
It is hilarious how intense this got.
And yeah, he's like, I would burn down 1,000 homes if it meant I'd get pain on him.
Yeah.
And so he kind of leaves walking, and Top Flight looks at him, just shakes her head. He walks up to Dark Order, and Uno's like, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah, shut up, Uno. Who cares?
He keeps walking, and then he gets confronted by Jeff Jarrett.
Sure does.
So
Mr. Always standing with one arm to the camera so it looks bigger.
Of course. And he was just, saying, you don't want to go down this dark road. We've been promoting for years. We've seen guys that do this. And he's like, you'll regret the day you laid a hand on my wife. And then Hangman fucking nails him with the right hand. And he's like, nobody asked what you think.
Yeah.
And he just beats the shit out of Jarrett.
What if we get that in Wilkes-Barre?
Joe be a happy boy.
Oh, we'd have to hold him back.
That's true. Next up, I don't know, the ragtag group of Private Party and Commander are making an entrance.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because they got cut off by the fucking Death Riders, which is what I'm calling them. I don't care.
Mox Crew jumps them, beats the shit out of them. Pac grabs the mic.
Made the show so much better. I was like, oh, fuck, I have to watch this. I was like, oh, yay.
Well, when they were coming out and I saw it was jobbers, I'm like, well, I'm going to fast forward through this. Right. But Pac grabs the mic. He just talks about, being here and knowing now what it takes and what it's going to take to make changes in this company. Yeah. All about it.
Absolutely.
Ricochet, Sammy Guevara.
Yeah. It's Ricochet versus Sammy Training Wheels Guevara, because that's essentially what this is for Ricochet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's not bad.
Ricochet looks good. Sammy does some cool stuff.
It was probably the best match on the show.
Yeah, because this wasn't a wrestling heavy show. This was an angle heavy show, which works great.
Sure.
Super entertained. But yeah, Ricochet I thought looked really good, and Sammy did some cool shit. But this is very much like, all right, Ricochet, let's ramp you up into getting where we need to be.
Yeah.
Let's work our way through this a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Beast Mortos comes out afterwards and spears Ricochet. Yeah,
right.
And Sammy runs him off with a chair.
But Sammy's the training wheels for having to face Beast Mortos, which is like taking a moped on the highway.
Let's go. Let's get Beast Mortos versus Ricochet.
Absolutely.
I'm here for that. Okada's backstage. Yeah, he's so happy. He can't.
It's the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
so funny.
And then he says, no, it's not. It was easy.
It was easy.
And Callis walks up and says, well, you didn't pin Takeshita.
That's right.
And then Okada says, one day you'll be a champion, just not this title. And he walks out of frame, walks back, and he just calls Don Callis a bitch. Mm-hmm. So
Takeshita looks great.
Yeah.
Big handsome take.
I hope Ed watched this segment.
We're getting Take versus Okada, so that's what they're building.
So Darby Allin comes out to the ring.
Indeed.
And he says, all right, enough. You know where I'm at. Here I am. Let's see what you got to say. Mm-hmm. So John Moxley comes out, and Darby kind of cuts him off, and he tells him, like, when I was getting into this business, a lot of my heroes, I met them, and they ended up just being pieces of garbage, but you're not one of them. And, I looked up to you as a guy who never folded on his morals and wrestling in a high school gymnasium, working independents because you actually love this.
Right. We didn't meet here in AEW. We met in the independents,
and just talks about, wanting to be like Moxley, basically. And Moxley says to him, he goes, listen, I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need your title shot.
Yep.
And he says, I can't explain to you right now, but I need that title shot, and you're going to give it to me.
Yeah.
And Darby says no, and Mox says again, I don't know if you heard me, you're going to give me that title shot. And that's when Darby says, what are you drinking again? Did you not hear what I said?
Yeah.
And then he puts up his title shot against Moxley at Grand Slam.
Which has a lot of people confused.
Yeah, I could see why.
I get it. I could have swore there was something in there about Darby not wanting to face, because right now, as far as we know, Danielson is not cleared.
Sure.
So we don't know, especially after the end of this promo, it was sort of like, listen, Danielson ain't gonna fucking be there. We killed him. He's in the hospital. We did a murder. So you're not gonna be able to wrestle him at Grand Slam. So wrestle me.
Yeah. Give me that title shot.
Right. Which sort of is what baits Darby into doing it. So he agrees to it.
Is Mox gonna fucking dog walk him or what? What do you think? You think he's going to beat the shit out of him?
So here's the thing, like, it's tough because we don't know the timeline of Dragon leaving, right? He needs that neck surgery. We know Mox is the final boss, right? So, like,
That was Dwayne.
Best character he's ever done. So, like, but Dragon also said by the end of the year, I need neck surgery. End of the year is pretty close.
Who knows? How
But,
much
like,
he's,
are we going to get Darby Danielson before that? Are they going to wait for him to be a part-timer and do it on a different show? Because they both want it to happen. Seemingly, it's going to happen.
I don't know if it is going to happen now.
Maybe not. We don't know the state of Dragon for real. He learned to lie from Cody Rhodes, and he's better at it than Cody ever was. So, like, I don't know. I don't. Mox is going to kick the shit out of Darby.
Yeah.
But Darby's never going to not kick out. Like, he's going to have to actually kill Darby again, right? He may dog walk him and really beat him up, but Darby's going to kick out and counter everything he possibly can. So I honestly don't know, and that's great. That's awesome.
Yep, I agree.
But if Mox does beat Darby for this, then Dragon's done at the next pay-per-view.
You would think.
They're going to build to a pay-per-view with Mox, and that'll be it. Because Mox can beat the shit out of him so hard that they're going to have to write him off TV and go get him that neck surgery.
You would think. Nigel McGuinness is in the ring.
Right.
So earlier backstage, Nigel interrupts one of the interviewers and says, we need to go talk to Tony Khan right now. So Nigel's in the ring, and he's running down Danielson a bit. And he says, in my hands, I have a contract.
Yes.
Grand Slam, Danielson, if you're not as much of a coward, you're going to show up. And Oasis is going to play me to the ring. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel fucking McGuinness.
Yes.
In New York City. One day shy of 15 years to the day of their last match in Ring of Honor.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
When Nigel McGuinness said Oasis is going to play me to that ring.
Not actual
What
Oasis.
does that mean to you?
Not actual Oasis.
It means that his entrance music
song,
that he used, right?
Yeah.
The amount of
Friggin'
people,
in the bushes.
the amount of people online, on Twitter, and in a certain group on Facebook,
Oh boy,
are like, "Holy shit! Tony Khan is bringing in Oasis to play Nigel to the ring in New York." I can't believe that Tony Khan ever was. He's got the pockets. He's got the pockets deep enough. Of course, he will anything for a rating.
Oh my god!
You would be amazed at the amount of people that actually believe Oasis is going to play Nigel McGuinness to the ring live.
I'm happy I watched this show late, so I didn't get to see any of that
It's
shit.
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All people all over the place think, oh wait, then because they just announced their reunion, that they're before their reunion concerts, they're gonna appear on AEW TV on a Wednesday night for Grand Slam.
They're big wrestling fans. You don't know.
It is an insane thought process. I'm like, please do not operate heavy machinery if you think that Oasis is going to appear on TV and live play Nigel McGuinness to the ring.
Some lasagna?
Not gonna happen. The song will be played, everyone.
Of course. But either way, I can't fucking wait.
Yes. Gonna be really cool.
Let's go. Can't wait.
Yeah. As he said, so this leads to a bunch more confusion because they're like, why can he wrestle Nigel but not Darby? And like Nigel does say like if he's there or whatever, but like Nigel's a snake, he's taking advantage.
Sure,
he knows
he's calling him out because he might not think he's going to show up.
He knows he's not going to show up.
He knows he's wounded.
Right, he knows he's not 100%.
Shot at
so
him.
I would assume because we're not going to see. I don't think we're going to see Danielson. So I would not be surprised if Nigel comes out on Grand Slam in his gear and says, "Play his music." And when the music plays and he doesn't come out or whatever, or he goes, "Ring the bell. 10 count him." He's not coming. He's hurt. He's in a hospital.
And then he comes out.
Yeah. And then Nigel's like, oh, shit. Because we also don't know what condition Nigel's in. He looks great.
Yeah, you don't know how much you can do, though.
Right, but we don't know. He's not doing headbutts to the fucking pillars. The match is...
Unfortunately.
It doesn't matter how great condition he's in. He's not living up to the bangers they used to have. It's just not a thing.
It's not feasible.
But they could have a fun match, but it works if Nigel's like a little afraid of Dragon or Dragon's hurt. They could do a little angles there to sort of cover some stuff.
Yeah.
Nigel looks great. I hope he's 100%. I hope Nigel McGuinness has a 15 fucking year career after this.
Sure, so do I.
But we don't know. So I think they're doing this. This is a good pop. This gets Danielson on the show. It gets Nigel in New York. It hits the anniversary. All that shit.
Absolutely.
And people are like, well, why would Darby not have the match if Danielson's going to be there? And it's like, well, Darby got baited by Mox into agreeing to a match.
Yeah.
And, you know, and Darby wants Dragon at 100% anyway. Darby's a good guy. He's not going to want to be like, I'll take advantage of this injured guy. But Nigel will. That's 100% in his character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited for this.
Cannot fucking wait.
It's crazy that in the 2024, the year of our Lord 2024, we're getting Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson. If that was on your bingo card, please give me lottery numbers or something.
Cash that ticket, brother.
It's absolutely insane.
Mariah made Queen Aminata. It just kind of happened.
This broke my heart a little bit.
It just existed.
Because I like Aminata a bunch.
I do too.
And Mariah's really good, but they're not showcasing that. Like, she's not having matches up to her ability other than against Toni Storm.
Sure.
I think Mariah seemingly was having some wardrobe issues a little bit in this match, and that was causing some problems.
I was not paying close enough attention.
She kept like tucking at the one strap and like pulling up her tights and whatever. Who knows? I don't know. I hope this was better because I like Aminata a ton, but Aminata is very young, you know.
Yeah, I thought this was just
But it was just okay. It sadly broke my heart a little bit.
And then after the match, Mariah's in the ring, and she's like, I never did my celebration. There's one person missing.
Right.
Mina.
Right.
So,
and Mina has put on Twitter that she misses her too.
Let's fucking
So
go.
Mina Shirakawa.
I also miss Mina Shirakawa.
Mina Shirakawa in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, please, next week for Dynamite.
That building won't be able to survive.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I don't remember, honestly. So at this point, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning because I was catching up on it.
Okay.
I don't remember who Jericho wrestles.
Jericho wrestles somebody?
Did he wrestle somebody?
No.
Or was it like a trios or something?
Oh, no.
I thought he did. I thought it was like him, Big Bill, and Keith against...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, there it is, because I skipped it. Iron Savages.
Okay, yeah.
Doesn't fucking matter.
All I know is the post-match, he pulls out the picture of the best friends in OC's backpack.
Right.
And then OC dumps a bunch of pennies in the car.
I thought it was hilarious.
It looked like shit.
It should have been more.
It looked terrible.
It should have been more.
That should have been fucking pre-tape. It looked bad.
I was super into the idea. And, like, they did it well, but it just wasn't enough change.
It looked bad.
They need to have more change. Like, I like them with the hard hats on the thing and the idea, but once they dumped it, I was like, that's it?
We've seen Corvettes get exploded by cement.
Right, yeah.
Pouring some pennies into a car, I go, oh.
But it does fit sort of OC's, like, sense of humor. Where he's just like, yeah, whatever.
I guess. It's just poops.
If it was actually $7,000 worth of change, and that's what $7,000 worth of change looks like, then that's fine.
That's not that much change.
But it's just not that much change.
Yeah.
I would have done more, or did something to the car, or something. I don't know. I would have done something a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think this was a joke that they all thought was funny that didn't really translate.
It just didn't look good.
But it was fine. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's a Jericho thing. I'm never gonna be excited about it anyway. I had to, not that I had to suffer through. Like, I love Orange Cassidy. We've already had OC and Jericho.
I don't need it again.
We're getting it. I think AEW has mishandled Orange Cassidy ever since the Mox feud.
Yeah, I agree.
In the worst fucking way. This is one of your best guys, and he remains one of your best guys. But this is the best. Like, I know that Jericho gets to request whoever he wants.
Sure.
But this is what you have for Orange Cassidy?
Not good. The only thing I thought interesting was the post-match thing.
Yeah.
Where Jericho pulls the picture out, and Jericho says, like, you don't actually, people don't care about friendship.
Yeah.
And Big Bill's kind of looking at him sideways, like,
yeah.
Really?
Right.
I'm like, okay, there's Big Bill. We're starting we're at the seeds.
Right. So we're going to get, obviously, conglomeration versus learning tree in multi-mans, whatever. We're getting Jericho OC and Wilkes-Barre. But, like, I hope we get, like, Big Bill singles matches against Briscoe, against Cool Kyle, against OC. And then we have Big Bill break off because, like we said a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever, take a shot with this dude. Because
why not?
Here's what I'm saying. Here's where Christian got demoted. Michelle was like, she thinks he looks just like Edge, and she showed me the pictures next to him, and they do. They look a lot alike.
He's a handsome man.
But I was like, he graduated medical school. He's a surgeon. She's like, why did he become a fucking wrestler? I'm like, because wrestling's cool.
Rips heaters.
He rips heaters in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
But I think you at least take a small program, a month long, whatever, maybe a mid-card, upper mid-card leading into a pay-per-view of a singles run with Bill and see what can happen.
Sure.
Put him in the ring with somebody really good and see if he can hang. Because the dude looks like $1 million.
Yeah. And then Jericho turns on him because he's starting to love the fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Jericho gets the gleam a little bit off of him, and then Big Bill
destroys him.
And then Big Bill wins, and we move Big Bill into something.
Yeah.
Or give Big Bill, do it now and give Big Bill a good run in the Continental. There's not win it, but a good run.
Sure.
Singles matches. Let's see if this dude can go.
Yeah.
Because if he can't, then he's topped out in his fucking career.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, if he can't go, he's just going to stand around and be like a fucking hood ornament for other people. I don't know how that works. He's 7 foot tall. You can't fucking teach that.
Yeah, I think he's
So-
a guy that's better in short doses.
Yeah.
That's where
I want to see them give him a shot and see if he can. I think he at least deserves that. Because he does his ab work a ton.
He does.
So that should be rewarded.
So the tag gauntlet, I'll be honest, I saw like the first opening 2 minutes.
Give him a shit, dude.
I fell asleep, and Ospreay and Fletcher were getting their arms raised.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured, I went back, looked at the list, and went, I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, so we talked about the gauntlet at the pay-per-view 3 weeks ago, or whatever it was, and we're like, this was awesome. Don't overdo these.
And they are overdoing
Make sure they're killer every time. Every time if you're going to overdo it, they have to be fucking killer every time.
It doesn't help that, like, your tag division sucks.
Right. So, like, everyone was like, well, your tag division is light as fuck. Here's a debut. We're going to get Hurt Business, or we're going to get Motor City Machine Guns, or somebody come over, some cool tag team that will pop everybody. And we get FTR, because of course we do. Ospreay, Fletcher out second, so they get their moments. And it's fine. It's good. We know these guys can work. Then we get Vincent and Dutch. Only one person's excited about that. I'm half excited.
Not me.
Ed's full excited because of Dutch. Then we get the Kingdom, followed by the Acclaimed, followed by MXM, followed by Top Flight. And at some point in here, Dutch takes a suplex and lands directly on Bennett from it. They do like the all 8 guys do the suplex spot to the other teams.
Yeah.
And when Dutch does it, he goes sideways and Bennett lands and he lands right on Bennett.
Good.
It was gross. Top Flight, the Outrunners come out to the biggest pop, clear the ring, get their shit in.
Yeah, they're OVW guys.
Right. So like
they were in Lexington last night.
yeah,
so.
right. So they get this.
I get it.
They're huge. They're selling merch, whatever. They get to do all their shit, and like maybe they did this to like see if it's viable.
Yeah.
Who knows? Then the Grizzled Young Veterans. I don't have any notes beyond that because I was like, I'm good here.
Yeah.
I think that's the end of it. And then Ospreay and Fletcher win because like even earlier they were like, well, Ospreay's never lost one of these when he's in them. So they keep that going. Ospreay Fletcher is cool. We all know that Fletcher has a tag team partner already that we're all waiting to come back. We know that Fletcher is supposed to be a heel, even though they've been presenting him as a babyface. I'm hoping that what this is the Callis family turning that fucking screwdriver, if you will, into Ospreay and realigning Fletcher proper heel and maybe have a him Ospreay feud because they're going to tear the fucking house down.
Fucking awesome.
And it realigns Fletcher solidly because we don't really know where he is.
Yeah.
It pushes Ospreay even further away from the Callis family. I think that's what it has to be.
I'd be fine with a Fletcher Ospreay feud.
So they are wrestling the Bucks at Grand Slam. The only thing that stinks about that happening is that the Bucks retain the fucking titles, and that division's dead partially because they have the titles.
Stinks.
But I guess we'll see where else that goes because we're hopefully getting Takeshita Ospreay or Takeshita Okada.
Yeah, so
But that's also heel, so I don't.
We'll be at AEW on Wednesday
We will
at Dynamite, so
Yes.
we will report back on
will.
AEW next week.
Yeah, we'll be there in our hometown.
Damn right,
Wilkes-Barre,
baby.
Pennsylvania.
Wilkes-Barre, motherfucking Pennsylvania.
That's right, at the Mohegan Sun.
So that's it.
Wilkes-Barre.
Let's go to a road trip.
We're ready for that already?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Looks like we made it. We're in Japan.
Let's rock. I only have 3 matches total.
I got a bunch. So, but not a super ton to talk about. Ed, just so you know, I watched 3K Kamina versus Schadenfreude International, Chris Brooks and Takeshi Masada from TDT. It's Toei versus Yuki Ueno versus Chris Brooks and Takeshi Masada from Dramatic Infinity 2024 tour in Osaka. Takeshi Masada Homecoming. This was not on the DDT regular side. I couldn't find it for the life of me. And then I clicked the Chris Brooks button because they have the wrestlers highlighted.
do, yeah.
And it showed up there. So it wasn't on their like stream list, but it was there. So that was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't have anything to talk about it. It was fine. It was fun. There was a bunch of comedy bits in the beginning. There's no commentary at all. So I don't know what it was. But like it was Masada's hometown. So everybody was really super pumped for him. So I watched that. So Ed, if you want to watch that, just hit the Chris Brooks face button.
Hit the Chris Brooks button.
Did you watch any Stardom?
Nope.
Okay. I watched 3 matches from Stardom. Maybe 3 matches from Stardom. Mina returns to Stardom on 9/8. She was there.
Okay.
Mina Shirakawa versus Saya Iida and Rana Yagami. It was fine. Mina wins and then gets to the microphone and says, Japan wants Mina, Mexico wants Mina, the U.S. wants Mina, the world wants Mina.
That's a fact.
And I was like, oh no, she's staying in Stardom, but clearly she's not. There was a Wonder of Stardom title #1 contendership match, 3-way. Hazuki versus Hanan versus Thekla. Hazuki wins with a La Mahi Straw. So she's the #1 contender, so she's going to wrestle Natsupoi in the Do-Joffer match.
Let's rock.
But Thekla kicks really hard.
That was pretty dope. Shout out Kincannon.
If I'm Stardom, I'm like, nobody watch Thekla wrestle. Because somebody's going to want to take her.
Nobody watched
And
this.
then the main event, I watched May Sierra versus Xena in a high-speed title match. It goes to a draw and was not very high-speed.
Oh, we don't like when it's not very high speed.
Very true. Did you watch Tokyo Joshi Pro?
I watched a match.
The Always Be a Challenger 24.
Yep.
I watched 2 matches.
Okay.
I watched the 6-man tag with Harukaza Shiro, Miyu Yamashita, and Runa Okuba. That's 2 like young girls, I guess. Versus Mizuki, Shino Suzuki, and Uda Takami, her young girls.
Okay.
Goes 10 minutes. Miyu Yamashita only sells in this match for Mizuki.
As one should.
Which is the way it is. Somebody in the Discord described her as like a slasher villain in this, and she absolutely is.
That's what I like to hear.
That's just it. Mizuki and her one partner jump on Miyu's back and put her in a double sleeper, and they still can't stop her, which is very funny.
I like that.
Yamashita just kicks the shit out of everybody. Really, really liked it.
Nothing wrong with that.
But the main event, the International Princess title match, which is what you watched.
Yes.
Yuki Arai versus Arisu Endo.
That is true.
This was pretty highly rated. And I liked it a ton.
Yeah, man. I think Arisu Endo is having a great year.
Yes.
Really starting to break through. Mm-hmm. Yuki Arai is like definitely delivering in the big matches. She was in that one tag match a couple months ago. I think it was Daisy Monkey against her, and I can't remember her opponent at the time. But she fucking delivers, man. She's good.
Her big boots are so good.
She's kind of like this like new wave of Tokyo Joshi Pro where it's like her, Miyu Watanabe, like coming in and just being like, okay, we're going to take over now because Yuka's gone and Yamasha's out doing her thing. I know she's on the show, but
she's not there all the time. She's flying over here all the time.
Maki Ito's like a big United States star at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I agree. I thought this was really good.
Yeah.
I was happy to see it. And again, Arusa Endo kind of rocks.
Endo does, in this match, she does a knee drop on the apron to her opponent who was draped over the bottom rope.
Yes.
And I saw that and I went, well, somebody's going to steal that.
Yep.
Like, that's going to get fucking stolen, hands down.
I like her camel clutch.
Yeah.
She puts a good camel clutch.
And Yuki's finish is an axe kick. She bends her opponent over, just axe kick her in the back of the head, and it's fucking awesome. This match was very, very good.
I agree.
Tokyo Joshi Pro puts on bangers every now and then, a lot of the time.
Most of the time.
And this was really cool. And this is like sort of like you said, the new generation. There's 2 names that aren't like the big names there.
Yeah.
And they're putting on really good shit. So that's an exciting time.
I think their big show's on the 22nd.
Okay.
Coming up.
Yeah.
So not just next week, but the week after.
Okay.
So be ready to watch that.
Okay.
I think that's the one where Xia Li's on.
Oh, be ready to watch that. I'll watch that alone.
New Japan?
New Japan.
What'd you watch?
Road to Destruction Day 3.
Okay.
That's all I watched.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3 matches.
Jesus Christ, I have 1.
Okay. The one that I asked you to watch?
Yeah.
Okay. So These next two are going to be no surprises to you, and I'm going to burn through. I don't know if you saw what was earlier on the card.
I saw Mr. Taguchi.
Okay. So the opening match, Taguchi, not in his exact return, but he's back, everybody. And Yuji Nagata with whatever the fuck Red Keeper is, Naoki Takeshi, versus Fighter N and Fighter Y with Combatant D and Combatant F. Combatant F, who is apparently El Desperado for whatever reason.
I think he's out.
It's El Desperado.
Is it?
It's El Desperado.
Because he's definitely hurt.
He doesn't wrestle.
Oh.
He's just in a gimmick, and he's outside the ring.
Okay.
And they're like, that's El Desperado. And even like Cage Match listed it, that's El Desperado.
Oh, all right.
I think it's some sort of like Power Rangers like thing.
Crossover thing?
Like, yeah. They're taking an anime, a popular anime or TV show, this Red Keeper, which is called Go-Go Loser Ranger, is the name of the show.
What the fuck?
And they're making it,
fill us in.
and they're making it a Broadway. They're making it a stage play.
Oh, okay.
So this is the actors in the stage play coming and having a match against Taguchi and Yuji Nagata, and it goes about as well as you think it would for anybody. Sure. Taguchi hits people with his butt, and Nagata kicks people. I don't know. It's Taguchi, and I fucking love him so much.
Nothing wrong with that.
The next match I watched, which I don't know that you saw, but you'll know exactly why I watched it. It is Kosai Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. Did you see their opponents?
Didn't watch.
Versus Katsuya Murashima, who is a young boy in Japan right now, and his tag partner, Tenzan.
What the fuck?
This is silly. I can't say it's good.
There you go. There's a bad match.
But I did get to see Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle Tenzan.
That's weird. That's weird.
Tenzan was giving him the Mongolian chops, all the Tenzan stuff. The crowd went crazy for him. He had the full gimmick regalia on down to the ring.
Sure.
It's Tenzan. I love him. And I was like, well, he's going to wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. That's hilarious. Kosai Fujita taps out the young boy for the finish of this match.
As one should.
Absolutely. Now that my bullshit is over.
No, it's not bullshit.
We both watched. I asked you to watch this. You probably would have anyway because people we like.
Sure.
For the never open weight title, the match has been built for a little while, long time coming. Challenger Hiromu Takahashi, one of the best cruiserweights of all time.
Cruiserweight?
Light heavyweight.
Junior
heavyweight. Whatever, of all time. Challenging a rare challenge by a junior for the never open weight title against current champion Hanare.
Yeah.
They've been teasing this. They've been talking about this. This has been set up for a long time. And dare I say to you, sir, this is the best never open match in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was the one with Shingo and Hanare from earlier this year, where it was like that random fucking banger that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I thought this was awesome.
I really like this match.
I have written down here, what a blast.
Yes.
I love the atmosphere of Korakuen. When Korakuen's red hot, there's nothing better. Hiromu was such a great underdog and bumping his ass off for Hanare.
Yes.
I don't know if when Hiromu hits the time bomb, I went, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
And then Hanare kicked out, and I go, okay, he's not beating him.
No.
But no, man, this was fucking awesome.
Hanare is laying his kicks in. I don't know if I mentioned this, but he's laying his kicks in.
Sure.
And Hanare is laying his fucking kicks in this match.
He sure did.
Hiromu gives an incredible performance because, again, they talk about it on commentary. It's not common for a junior to challenge for this belt.
Yeah.
While it's open to anybody, I think they said a junior has never gone 20 minutes in a match for this belt.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Hiromu does.
Yeah.
There's a corner rising knee lift that Hiromu turns into a power bomb.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And my favorite thing in this match is that Hiromu keeps trying to lariat Hanare, and every time he does, Hanare throws a lariat at the same time and knocks Hiromu over.
Yeah.
And they're hard, man. Like, Hiromu's a junior, and Hiromu's great, and we talk about it all the time, and we talked about how underrated he was in his title run and where he fits in the all-time juniors stuff. Like,
Sure.
the man is one of the best of all time and still somehow underrated.
I agree.
But he fucking brings it in a strong style, hard hitting. This is Ishii's belt. This is the belt of the shit kickers. And he steps up.
He brought it.
There's a lariat at the end from Hinare that sounds like a tree falling during a storm. I was like, holy shit. Like, it literally it sounded like a tree trunk snapping in half. Like, it sounds like when Van Damme's kicking bamboo in Kickboxer.
I love that, like, Hiromu would hit him with 4 shots and Hinare would hit him back with 1 and just drop him to a knee. Right. It was great.
Hiromu he will not die in this match. He's fighting up. And then I love, they're standing there squaring off. Hinare's a little dazed, and Hiromu goes for the small package, and Hinare stops him and just gives him Streets of Rage. Yep. And that's it. I loved this match.
I thought it was awesome, man.
That's why I kept saying to you, like, because I know, like, again, you said earlier you weren't feeling well. I was like, gotta watch it. I really love this. I was super pumped because, like, I love this belt because I love Ishii.
Oh, of course.
So, like, and I love the shit kickers. And, like, commentary always mentions this is Ishii's belt. This is the other thing. It is a belt that is
this match fucking rocks.
It's a belt that's so solidly linked to one person. And this is Hinare's proving ground for it. Sure. You know, it's his sort of, I nearly died and split my head open, give me something sort of thing here. And he's looked great, and he looks great here. Yeah. But Hiromu delivering on a level like this, I didn't expect, because I know that he's great. And, like, he very easily could have, because it's open weight, he very easily could have tried to have a junior heavyweight match against Hinare here, and he doesn't. Yeah. He tries that out, which is a flaw. He tries to out shit kicker him, and it's just not going to happen. Do it. Nope. But I love this match.
Yeah, man, this match was fucking great.
Well, go watch this one if you're looking for something from Japan this week. Spoilers. And also at the end of the match, Hinare celebrating, and Shingo comes out to challenge. Yep. So we're going to get Shingo Hinare again, which will...
Sure, run it back.
Which will deliver... Shingo has sort of slid into that elder statesman. Not that, he's still younger enough, but, like, that, like, elder, like, this is mine. This is mine. I'm the king of this territory now, because Ishii is somehow seemingly half retired by New Japan. But he's like, this is mine. I'm the herald of this division. So I'm coming for the belt again. Sure. And, it's a big win if Hinare beats him. There's no shame in losing to Shingo ever, but they're going to punch each other in the mouth a whole bunch.
That's a fact.
A whole bunch.
Yep.
But yeah, love this thing. Loved it. So
yeah, man, it was awesome.
If you're looking for a good never match, which I know, like, some of you guys are, Dave Howard, looking at you, buddy. Go pick this one up. This one ruled.
Yep. I watched the match from night 4.
Oh, you did?
I did, for the junior heavyweight title.
Look, Dookie versus Bone Soldier.
Taiji Ishimori, sir.
Sorry, Doki.
The
Doki Chowky.
So it started out red hot.
Yeah.
Until Taiji Ishimori started his heel work. Yeah. And it was so good. He does something that I love. Like, he doesn't cheat until the ref's actually, like, distracted.
Is he House of Torture?
No.
Is he Bullet Club still?
Yeah, he's just Bullet Club. Okay. I don't know if he's not War Dog. He's just
floating.
Bullet Club.
Right,
fine. His heel work in this is great. Dookie works a great comeback.
Doki Chowky.
Dookie wins.
Yeah.
There was a point where they're, like, transitioning from... So, Taiji Ishimori does, like, the Border City stretch. Mm-hmm. And Doki's, like, transitioning it somehow into the Doki Choki. Okay. And it just looked fucking awesome,
Doki
dude.
Choki.
And Doki wins.
Nice.
So Doki keeps that junior heavyweight title. This match is really fucking good.
This is the funny thing about Doki, is that, like, I'm not used to current Doki being good.
He's good, man.
So, like, and
that's
I know we've talked about it. Right. We talk about it all the time. Like, the Super Juniors, he looked good. Like, he's done a lot of really good stuff. But when I look at it on a run sheet, I'm like, it's Doki.
I'm telling you.
And I always forget.
It's really good.
So, like, it's my fault. And, like, I like Ishimori a ton. So... But yeah, I didn't put that one on.
So I didn't watch this other thing, and I need to go back and watch it. It's on YouTube, I believe. It's a Netflix produced show. There's a one match thing from Corkin this morning.
People posted about that, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, so
why would they do that? Is it a hype for Queen of Villains?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
does somebody get stabbed with scissors for real?
I hope. I know it's 4-on-4, I believe.
Okay.
I didn't watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
Zap is in it. Zap T.
Okay.
So yeah, Mio Momono's also in it, which saw her wrestle last week in the Suri produced show.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Nobody else of note that we know.
Chikayo Nagashima, Dash Chisako, Drake Morimatsu, Riko Kawada.
Is there a
Kawahara.
Fed? Like
No, I just
attached
think
to
it was a one-off.
Just grab random Joshis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I saw the one shot of it. I thought it looked really
it
cool.
looked cool as shit.
So-
And Ed said he's like, this doesn't look cool. You know what looks cool? One-shot camera with a column in the
right.
way.
I know, Ed. We know.
God bless you, Ed.
We know. Never change, Ed.
Yeah. But that was all from this week.
That's it.
So, did you buy anything? Me neither.
My Godzilla -1 came in.
Collapsible seg.
Yeah, nah, I didn't buy nothing.
Nope. So, that's it, partner.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Let's rock.
Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been We Need Wrestling. You can find us online at WeNeedWrestling.com. You can email your questions, concerns, inquiries, complaints to WeNeedWrestling@gmail.com. If you have a question, we'll answer it on the air.
Send your complaints to suckmyass@myass.com.
That's right. From the back. CC from the back. BCC from the back. You can find us on social media at We Need Wrestling across the board. Check out our YouTube. Hit the bell. Is that what people say?
Do they?
Ring the bell.
You could ring my bell. Ring my bell.
My bell. So all that. We're a proud member of the soon-to-be-named network at STBN Network on social media, soon-to-be-named-network.tumblr.com to check all that out for all the other shows. Our other show, Wings on Wings, which is wrapping up shortly-ish.
Yeah.
At Odds with Wrestling, Longbox Heroes After Dark, the homies over at Final Wrestling Place.
The big dogs.
Puzzle Warriors 3, Profane Argument. Is that everything?
That's it.
Hayabusa Speed, if that ever happens again. But who knows if that will. I don't know what young Ed has planned for any of that. But I think
who knows with him.
I think I hit everything there.
That's it.
But I do have something really quickly that I want to bring up.
Oh boy.
That I've been meaning to bring up for the past couple of weeks, and I keep forgetting about it. But on Podbean, a guy by the name of Tails the Dude left us a comment and he said that I only started listening to this podcast over a year ago, and it's quickly become my favorite. It's nice to have a podcast that covers a lot of Japanese wrestling, including the Joshi side. Just not one or two companies. Plus, how can you not love a podcast that recognizes the greatness of Terry Funk? Definitely reminds me of me and my friends shooting the ish about wrestling.
Oh yeah, dude.
So Tails the Dude.
Thanks, man.
I kept forgetting to bring it up. But that means a lot to us, man. That last thing you said there is exactly what we're going for.
That's exactly
we want you to like talk at us to yourself where you can't hear us.
Yep.
Good or bad, motherfucking us or otherwise. That's what we're going for. So I appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks, homie. We appreciate you.
So we always say we do this show for us. If other people like it, that's awesome. So we love to hear that shit. So email the show.
Thank you so much.
Anything like that, all the stuff I mentioned before, hit us up on social media. We'll answer any questions. There's no barrier. Anybody can ask anything they want, as long as it's vaguely wrestling related.
Okay. Except for Doug. You ask whatever you want, babe.
Yeah, Doug didn't ask a question this week. I don't know what happened. But it's fine. He doesn't have to. It's true. He doesn't have to. I just I like hearing Doug's name. But
what a fucking man.
Though absolutely what a man. AEW was so exciting this week that Doug stayed up for the whole thing. What a man.
He watched the whole thing.
Wow. He ate the whole thing.
Proud of you, Doug.
But that's it. We'll get out of here. Again, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for writing in and all that kind of shit. So until next week when we recap
a live Dynamite
from our hometown, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Going to be interesting.
First time ever in a weird town. Wilkes-Barre's a tough town.
Yep,
it's tough, and we'll see. I'm going to be there cheering. I'm going to scream my fucking head off.
I'm excited. Okada has to wrestle in Wilkes-Barre. That's hilarious. Just bring a big Baba Country sign for him.
Yeah. I hope your ketchup guy shows up. It should be within traveling distance.
Hope he shows up to death's
just a big,
door.
big sign that says like Barnesville. Just hold it up and tease Okada with
I was just going to make like the sign where it moves with the Baba
where
Chop
the
motion.
hand moves? That'd be awesome.
God, he would hate us.
I could rig that up for you. I can probably make that.
God bless you.
Are we going to bring signs? I don't know if we should bring signs. All right, it's not.
That.
But anyway, that's it.
Bye.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Knock it off, nerds!